fan.
Hey, what it do?
Oh, hold on, let me try one more time. Ahoy? Ah, it's better. Yeah. The voice isn't quite back from where it was. Like, about what, that 2-3 weeks ago I lost my voice and it's still a little, that cat AIDS, man, it gets you. Stays in there. It's got the effect there.
That sounded rough. Not gonna lie.
It wasn't good. I tried going there. It's not like I have a great voice to begin with.
Yeah, you went for it.
I went for it.
I
tried to hit the high note, and boy, it wasn't there. Out of my Peter Brady.
I lost it there. Oh,
Yep.
boy. How about that?
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
What?
Let's go with that.
Do you remember that time you did that? I said, what it do? And you went,
What?
and you were like, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
I lost it there.
Yeah, sometimes you just, you go off instinct. And look, they're not all first-round picks, right?
Do you think real rock stars or singers or musicians ever do that?
Oh, yeah, I'm
sure. Where they just totally sing the wrong note?
Yeah.
Or
You've never been at a show where it's just not working?
I mean, not working. I've been at a show where there've been mistakes. Like, clearly, you know, it's live. Like, they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, but there's a difference because sometimes, like, with an audience, they'll find the mistakes adorable. Like,
I don't mind them.
Yeah, like, people love it because it kind of, it humanizes it and it's a special thing. It's like, I'm seeing this.
Happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. But you get someone that the entire show's going south, people start to boo. I went and saw No Doubt, and this was when I was in college.
Don't speak.
She shouldn't have. I don't know what she had going on because she can sing. Obviously,
she's amazing.
Boy,
she had a rough night.
It was rough, and the crowd started to turn, and it was not good. And she apologized like a couple times.
Well, maybe she was sick.
I don't know. It's not good when they're like, hey, ooh. They did the Carl Lewis, or she was like,
wait. What?
Like,
it's not good when they do the. Hey, what does that mean?
Remember when Carl Lewis was singing the national anthem?
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, he's like, it's gonna get better. There were multiple times where Gwen Stefani, like, something was going on. And
would you rather she have canceled the show?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I think that's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
She's probably like fighting through it. It's
Yeah.
like, we can't cancel.
Yeah.
We got to get paid.
Yeah.
So let's go give it our best shot, and then it doesn't work out.
No, you could tell a couple times she was reaching down trying to hit the note, and it was not there. And then the entire crowd was just like, ah.
No.
That's really what we did.
Well, if you know the artist is pretty good generally,
Yeah.
and they're having a rough go of it like that, I feel like you would support them maybe. Whereas if the artist does this night in and night out, and it's really bad and everybody knows it, then maybe the booze.
Look, I'm just telling you, the E Center in One Salt Lake City that night was not thrilled, and
well, that's the Mormie's only night out for the month.
Well, and the band before him, you remember Lit?
Yeah, I think I do.
So Lit was the opener.
They had one good song.
My Own Worst Enemy.
Yeah, My Own Worst Enemy. And that was like, because they finish with that, right? That's like they played whatever it was, 30, 45 minutes, whatever the opening act set is. And they finished with that, and they had the Mormons in a frenzy. Like, Lit was great.
What is that? I can't think of that song. My Own Worst Enemy.
Can we forget about the time that I was drunk?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to call you that. C word. And the so
please tell me why.
My car is in.
So the crowd's like in a froth. Like, people are all about it. Lit was phenomenal. And this was right when that song was like,
Now I'm singing it in my head.
Yeah, and No Doubt had just come out with Tragic Kingdom, so it was like it was their peak. And Lit's never been heard from again, and then No Doubt and Gwen Stefani went on and did great things. So she comes on, and she's looking all hot. She's got her little belly shirt on and everything, and she's doing the, like, who's ready? Have a good time. And then about 3 songs in, the crowd just wasn't, it was bad. It was
she's known as a great front woman.
Yeah.
And that's too bad.
It just didn't work.
I do have news for you, though.
What do we got?
Lit is still actively touring in 2026. They are.
Really?
They're out there. As a matter of fact, you can see them. What is today? Well, you can see them Saturday night in Irvine, California.
Well,
if you'd like.
In defense of Lit, whatever this was, 1998, 9, whatever.
Do you think they play that song 15 times in a row?
I'm guessing they play it, and immediately the crowd's like, play it again. But they were really good. I don't remember any other songs, but the crowd loved them. And then
What year you said?
I guess it was 90s. The 90s
Do you
at some
think
point.
if you went back and saw that show again, you would think Lit was really good?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, were they? Were they? Or were you just...
So Tragic Kingdom came out in 95, so this would have probably been 97-ish when the tour happened, because this was like peak. No Doubt was like just, they were popping. I don't know. At the time in the 90s, it was good. Like they were, would you think Limp Bizkit is good if you saw them now?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to see them.
They still put out new stuff.
I mean, you know?
Well, I mean,
some bands are good. Some they surprise you, and other times, like I saw Tears for Fears last year.
Yeah,
they were fantastic. I had no expectations. They were great.
Well,
then I saw other bands that were terrible.
Boy, I can't tell you if
you don't know
if that was going to be any good or not.
What?
But like, if you went and saw Lit, if you took me, time machined me back,
would you think it's good now?
I do think so, because the crowd. Half the point of going to a show is the crowd, and I'm telling you. I don't know who the lead singer is. He worked the crowd. Like they were into it. The crowd was all about it. So I think if you would have gone, it's a catchy tune, right?
AJ Popoff.
Yeah. So that's a catchy tune, and the crowd is into it. I don't know how many people the E Center holds, like 15,000. It's got like 15,000 people. People are yelling and screaming. Yeah, I think you're gonna like that.
He's from Stain.
He's from Stain.
Did you know that?
Oh, I had no idea.
He's the Stain guy. Even worse.
I think it'd probably be pretty good. Oh,
Stain rock back in the day. What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know about that. What is their hit? Don't they have
ton
one
of them? Hit? It's been a while.
Well, that guy is now.
He's a country singer now.
He's like.
Wait, that's the same guy.
No.
He didn't perform in Lit.
He didn't perform.
He's not a litter.
Yeah, the guy that does.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the guy that was the lead singer of Stain is Aaron Lewis.
Yeah, Aaron Lewis.
He's like a big he uses tyranny and liberty a lot in normal conversations. He's got like a Constitution tattooed on his neck, and
he's got the "Don't Tread on Me" tattoo.
The whole Constitution.
Yeah, like he's just got random amendments like on his arms. Yeah, you will not tread on Aaron Lewis. How dare you? If you go to an Aaron Lewis show and you tread on him, you're in for it.
Sorry. Not Stained with a D.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Popoff, the lead singer of Lit, was in a band called Stain. Not Stained.
I see.
So it's a different band. AJ Popoff, I recognize him. Great name, too.
Look, I'll tell you what.
I'm going to go see Lit tomorrow night or Saturday night in Irvine, California.
If Lit was playing at A&A, that's the only time I've seen them, and I didn't go to see them. I went to see No Doubt. I would go from a nostalgia standpoint and to ask the question, are they still good? Because that was the one time I saw them, I came away thinking, if you would have asked me after that show, because what was that? So that's like 98, 97, something like that. 26, 27 years later, if you would have asked 19-year-old Sukanik, which one of those bands would still be a thing 25 years later, I would not have told you No Doubt. I would have been like, oh no Doubt's that's a flash in the pan. Stain, Lit though. Oh, Lit's gonna be there.
Do I have news for you?
Lit news?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on the Fan, I am pronouncing on the Fan pronunciation that Lit is coming to town.
Oh,
they are.
Can we get them on it?
A&A.
Are you S-ing me?
They will be at A&A Cowlitz Ballroom in Ridgefield, Washington on Thursday, June 18th.
I am going to go.
And they will be with Switchfoot? Do you guys know them?
I've heard of them, but I'm sure they have a song that you've heard of.
They have a song that people have heard of.
And Fuel.
Oh.
All one-name bands from the 90s will be there.
I will be heading up. I want to reach out. What's the guy's name? Popoff?
AJ Popoff.
I want to see if we can get AJ Popoff on there.
Fuel does that song Hemorrhage or Bittersweet maybe.
And Switchfoot did Meant to Live. We were meant to live for so much more.
I feel like this is right up Steven's alley.
This is honest my generation.
Maybe you said Steven's never been to a show.
Late 90s, early 2000s. I was literally me in high
Steven,
school.
you have never been to a concert.
I'm not going to Switchfoot.
Why not?
And I said we were going
Lit
to correct
is there.
this. We're going to go see Lit together.
Let's
I
go.
refuse. I'm out. I'm sick that day.
Why?
No.
I'm sick that
No.
day.
Why?
We're getting
Why
you.
would you not go to that
It's
show?
a bit now. It's the bit.
No,
Well, it would
we're
be fun.
You're going to Lit with me.
All right.
We're making
Zook will
this.
pay for everything.
Yes, it is on
All
me.
right.
We are going to go see Lit,
Lit.
Switchfoot, and
Fuel.
Ooh.
Or
This
is it Fuel, Switchfoot, and Lit?
I don't know. I kind of want to
It's
see.
Lit, Fuel, maybe then Switch.
I kind of want to see if Steven gets down.
So you want to see Switchfoot the most?
No, Lit. Lit's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Lit's the
Lit's
headliner.
yeah, exactly. God,
They got 1.5 songs.
mark it down, June 18th.
Let's go.
Putting it in my iCal. I'm not letting you guys forget this.
No, this needs. Trust me, the listeners will not let this. Will not let this slide.
I think I'm out of
Are
town.
you out of town?
Yeah, but that's Thursday night. I'm putting it in my phone. I'm gonna make sure you
Steve,
dip S's
Friday might get a little rough, buddy. We're taking this one deep.
Oh, man.
Well, he doesn't drink.
He doesn't
Don't
drink
force
now.
alcohol down his throat.
I can't make any
That's
promises.
mechanic night. You can't promise anything.
No, I'll just tell you right now, too. Just be careful if I hand you anything. I'm like, just take this. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
it's fine.
it.
It's great.
It's gonna be fine.
It's good.
It's a Hershey bar. Just shut up and take it. We're gonna have a great time.
Lit show. Yeah, I put that in my phone.
Please tell me why.
My car is in.
I'm telling you.
Where's his car?
In the front yard.
In the front yard.
And I'm sleeping with my clothes on.
Yes. And
God,
it
what
was
great
fun
lyrics.
to watch all the Mormons, everyone, because I didn't mean to call you that, and then they pause and the whole crowd gets to yell the C word. It's fun. It's fun. You're like 19, you're yelling out the C word. You're like, all right.
Well, can't we all relate to having our car in the front yard?
Yeah, it happens.
And sleeping with our clothes on?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I did it last night.
I mean,
Who hasn't woke up in the bushes?
you
it
guys
happens.
really are on brand. Yesterday was Spreewell from 1997. Now we're into 1998 with Lit.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
we told you.
1999.
yeah. What's 99? We can talk
I don't
about.
know. We got to figure it out.
Oh, and if we are playing the fun game and of how many black people will be there, I think again the over under will always be 1.5.
Oh, you go 1.5. I'll go
Yeah.
under. I think you'll see one.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, workers don't count.
Workers don't count.
Anytime me and my buddy go to one of these really awful 90 white guy things, we do have to play the over-under of how many black people, and it's always 1.5, and you are a fool if you take the over. Always under. Always.
Yes, I came in through the window last night, and
Yeah.
you're long gone. She wasn't even there.
No.
How sad.
Well, she left while the car was in the front yard, and once you
Oh,
call
is that
someone,
what it is?
yeah, well, he calls her the C word, and then he gets all hammered and comes home, and he's
Wait, did he say that in there?
The thing is, I didn't mean to call you that, and then he lays out. It rhymes. I
Oh.
didn't mean to call you that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
You
I'm
know.
following.
Yeah. But I think for
Come
radio
on, dude.
play, that's
Come
what
on,
I'm saying.
come
The
on, dude.
crowd, when he sings that song, he lays out like he does on the album, and then the entire crowd yells out in unison.
Ah. Boy, you know you're lit. Wow.
It was a great show.
I'm beginning to think it might have
They
been.
were big. They
Apparently
I'm
they
telling
they were
you.
humongous back then when you went to that show. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I will tell you, I've been looking at AJ Popoff's Insta.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Does he?
Yeah. He's kept his stuff together. He's got a very hot wife.
You know when
That'll keep you in shape.
yeah, it will. The band, like no doubt, they kind of take that break, like either smoke break or the lights go down or whatever, and you have to kind of cheer to bring them back on. It's not the encore, but it's like kind of the mid break. The crowd started chanting lit, 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 lit. No one wanted to hear Gwen Stefani not hit notes. We wanted more of lit.
Has the opening band ever come back out for the feature band's encore?
It would have been, that place would have burned down. The youngs of Salt Lake couldn't handle it.
Whoa.
It's a good thing Gwen Stefani was hot though, so that kind of.
She's great.
They are lit. She's lit.
Is she
Boy.
still with
Blake
what's his
Shelton?
nuts?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also doesn't age. She's like a vampire. But boy, she was
Maybe she is a vampire, actually.
she was the bee's knees back in the day.
Yeah, if you said, "Hey, what celebrity's a vampire?"
Yeah.
She'd be in my top 3.
Yeah. She doesn't age. She just or she gets better looking. She's better looking now than she's 56.
Way better looking than she was back in No
She's
Doubt.
56?
Yeah. Soon to be 57. Looks amazing. Again,
That's
no one's ugly. They're just poor. So once you become rich, and she was hot, and then she was rich, and now like she'll just be hot forever. She'll be one of those ladies that'll be like 71, and you'll be like, what? Still just absolute smoke show.
Well, we've got to get with Stevie Brackets here in a bit.
Yeah, it happened, unfortunately.
Big development today.
A little nervous, guys.
Yeah.
The Players
little
is
nervous.
underway. I mean, what a day. Sports day.
Yeah.
We got the World Baseball Classic bracket.
Stuff's happening, man.
How fun is this show going to be?
Dude, I was watching golf today.
Yeah, you were.
Shirtless at like just in my chair midday.
Yeah, you were.
Dude, it was wearing socks, boy. It was a
Morikawa news.
Yeah, did you see that?
I did.
I think he's saving himself for the TGO.
Ooh,
saving himself for the playoffs.
That's a good theory.
you think so?
It's everyone's got their Crosby theories. Nah, I'm going with this one. I'm going with the players theory.
No.
Got to save yourself for the big TGO playoff.
Well, I will tell you that as a golf bettor,
Yeah.
Bettor, Bettor, I didn't have any money on Morikawa this week. He was big. A lot of people were on Morikawa.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's been playing great.
Not anymore.
Sets up well for the scores. If you had money on him, you got totally hosed.
Yep.
Because he played one hole and then wrenched his back.
Shut it down.
You lose those bets.
Yeah.
Had he withdrawn before the first hole,
Then it would have gotten no counts.
then it's you get your money back. So that's pretty lame.
I'm busy Googling Gwen Stefani sexy right now.
Oh no.
The World Baseball Classic Elite 8 is set. Maybe we'll start there. Why not?
Let's do it.
Next on The Fan. Well, Mark DeRosa dodged a bullet.
Thanks to the Americans, a.k.a. the Italians.
Yep. Italy took care of business. The bracket is set for the Elite Eight of the World Baseball Classic. We're going to play Canada on Friday. That's tomorrow.
How much juice would be left if the Americans got bounced? It'd be just dead, right?
Juice would be left in the tournament?
Yes.
Yeah, I tuned into DR and Venezuela last night, and there was nobody there.
No.
And you'd think there might be. I mean, I think they were playing in Miami, or was that in Houston? I can't remember.
I think there's
I think it was Miami.
Yeah, there's games, and I know there's Miami, Houston, and then obviously the ones that were in, I think, Japan.
Yeah, the home crowds in Japan were amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, and we've got good crowds, but I'm not sure anybody else is drawing.
Yeah, so these will be in Houston. So they're still in Houston. I guess from now on, Houston and Miami.
Yeah.
And then the championship is in Miami.
Right. Yeah, so they play in Houston tomorrow night against Canada. Big matchup.
Is Canada any good?
I mean, they made it.
That's the hot analysis. I don't know. They made it.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, go Canada.
I mean, these are one-off games. Like, anything can happen. It's
Sure.
baseball.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Italy was up 8-0 on the
Exactly.
Americans, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, valid point.
So that game's tomorrow night, and then they'll play the winner of Korea and Dominican Republic. That game is Sunday. Or no, yeah, if they win, they play Sunday.
Yeah,
In Miami.
both those games are tomorrow or Friday. One's the early game, and
Yeah.
one's the well, I guess early. One's at 6:30 Eastern, one's at 8 Eastern.
And then on the other side, you got Puerto Rico playing
The
Italy,
Italians.
and then you've got Japan playing Venezuela, and then the final game will be in Miami on Tuesday.
So we can, if we want the dream setup like we had in the Olympics with hockey, with the U.S. and Canada, Japan and U.S. are on opposite ends of the bracket. So if they do keep winning, and these are one-offs, by the way. Like I said, there's no series, one-off. We could get Japan on Tuesday, March 17th versus the United States in Miami for the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried about that Dominican Republic team.
Yeah.
And they're on our side.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count your chickens, especially with Mark DeRosa at the helm and Nolan McLean out there.
First off, top 100 baseball player Nolan McLean. And second, DeRosa doesn't have to worry anymore because now it's win or go home. He doesn't have to worry about actually knowing the format
You
of the
think
tournament.
he knows that? You sure he knows
Thinks it's
that?
the best of three.
He's like, yeah, we lost this one, but
We're going to
yeah,
give
it's-
this one up. We're going to win tomorrow.
fine.
Wait, there's no game tomorrow, Mark.
Harper, your
Dope.
bench. Goldschmidt, get out there.
Is Goldschmidt on the team?
Yeah, he started in that game against Italy, and Bryce Harper's on the bench.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the things that he was playing around with the lineup, and people were like, dude, what the hell? Because Will Smith started, not Cal Raleigh. So, yeah, people were, and he denies it, but there are people that are doing the conspiracy theory of Numbnuts was playing with his lineup because he thought the game didn't matter.
Well, it's true. Why else wouldn't he have his best players out there?
Last time, Will Smith's been great, but yes, you would think that the
Cal Raleigh and
runner-up
Bryce Harper should be in the lineup.
in a game that, yes, you really need to punch your ticket.
Good
yes.
grief. So the latest odds have the U.S. still the favorite. I don't know about that. Plus 140. You like that? Anybody like that?
Yeah,
How are we feeling about that?
I still take it. It's the best roster.
Plus 140?
It's the best roster.
And then DR is plus 230. That's not a bad play. And Japan sitting down there at plus 425.
Yeah. I'm sorry, when you look at a lineup that when we go Bobby Witt, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Schwarber, Bregman, Cal Raleigh, stop it.
Well.
That alone, enough.
Nolan McLean's pitching, so that evens that out.
Logan Webb, thank you.
DR's loaded too. They got some juice.
Yes.
And then Venezuela, the long shots are Venezuela plus 900, Puerto Rico plus 1,600, Italy plus 1,800, Canada plus 3,000, and no one cares about poor little South Korea.
You know what?
Plus 5,000.
If you want to take a flyer,
Italy.
take Italy. They beat the brakes off of the Americans. It was 8-0. They haven't lost in the tournament yet. They're undefeated. They just kicked the hell out of Mexico. And that is mostly major league players. I mean, you look up and down, I think they said 24 of the 30 players are American born, and those are all major league players. Now, they're not like established American or American baseball stars, but like you mentioned, there's a couple Royals on there that are like young, impressive Royals. The Rockies' best pitcher is one of their guys. Like there's I don't know, and they haven't lost yet. If you're looking for value and take a flyer, bet on the Italians. You're just betting on the American B squad.
All right, well, gets underway tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm hoping that over the weekend
Let's go, America.
I'll be interested to see what this does.
Yeah, me too.
Because
it should be good if you get the right teams in there.
I think so.
It'll be a monster thing.
Yeah. But I also, we've done this before where you build something up and then it just, it can fizzle. Guys people get busy and it's over the weekend and it's hard to know. But I do think that this has enough legs that people are tuning in for it. But it doesn't. The Four Nations hockey tournament and the Olympics certainly had a bigger buzz going into their quarters than this does.
Well, yeah. I think that probably mattered a little more.
Yeah.
But this will be in prime time.
Yeah.
Whereas those hockey games were kind of spread out all over the place. They're like in the morning and stuff.
Yeah. This should be.
So that'll help.
I hope so. I would like to see the World Baseball Classic really kind of take hold and become a.
Well, yeah.
Because
we've got the Olympics coming up, and baseball is going to be in the Olympics this summer or next summer.
And we think that
wait, is that next summer? 28.
Yeah, 22 years.
28.
Got 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and there's talk that the major league players will be in it, and if that happens, then yes, I think this can really take hold, and this is something that every 3 years and then 4 for the Olympics, this should become a staple of Major League Baseball. They should take a break. Hockey does. Hockey takes a break in the middle of their season to do this because they realize that it's good for the sport. And I do think this would be better for the sport if it wasn't played at the start. Like if you had this mid-year when there's not anything going on and we're looking for things to do in the summer, and yes, guys can be more beat up, but now you don't have an excuse. If this is in the All-Star break, Skubal is pitching. And you just accept the fact that, okay, well, if you get hurt or guys get a little banged up, you have plenty of ramp-up time for the playoffs. And if the NHL can do it, if you can take a 2-week break to go play hockey in the middle of your season, my God, Major League Baseball, you can risk someone tweaking a hamstring, running down to first, or getting a split nail.
Yep, baseball.
You bitches. You got to admit, of the sports, baseball's the bitchiest.
What is define bitchy?
It's the sport that the smallest injury can derail you versus because it's just the nature of it. If you're a pitcher and it's the only sport that if you get a blister on your hand, you can't play. You pull a slight ribcage muscle, you can't hit. All the other sports you can be a little more, you can tough it out. In baseball, the margin for error is so small that if you do have something that's bothering you go down for longer. It's hard to be a tough guy.
All right, coming up next, we have a potpourri. We're going to check in with Stevie Brackets. Kenneth Walker stepped in it a little bit today, and we're going to talk a little SGA. That's all next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, this just came out about 5 minutes ago, but Kyler Murray, the quarterback, is officially signing with the Minnesota Vikings. It is going to be a one-year deal. Murray will have a no-trade clause as well. And with Murray already owed $36.8 million from Arizona, his one-year deal for the Vikings will be worth the veteran league minimum. But the one-year deal means Murray will be back out on the free agent market in 2027. Some more NFL news. Running back Rachaad White, he's agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He rushed for 572 yards last year for the Buccaneers. The Raiders, they're currently telling teams that Max Crosby will not be traded in the aftermath of the failed physical and the failed effort to ship him to Baltimore for a couple first-round picks. Seattle Seahawks trying to replace Kenneth Walker III a little bit. They are signing former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson to a one-year, $2.1 million deal. 49ers, they're bringing back Dre Greenlaw, one-year deal, and this came within minutes of defensive end Bryce Huff announcing his retirement from the NFL. Miami of Ohio, they suffered their first loss of the season today in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament, losing to UMass 87-83. Miami falls to 31-1 on the season. They are only the fifth team in men's Division I history to go this century to go undefeated during the regular season, but they are right on the bubble. According to Joe Lunardi, the Redhawks should be part of the NCAA tournament, maybe in the first 4, despite having the one loss, but we'll find out their fate on Selection Sunday. And now that Team USA has advanced to the quarterfinals in the WBC. They are removing Clayton Kershaw from the roster and adding Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan. USA takes on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. First pitch, Logan Webb taking on Mike Soroka. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
AM.
I'm just reading about DeRosa.
Yeah, this boob.
Yeah, he's now calling it a false narrative.
What do you mean a false narrative? He said it.
I know.
I love now that we're
This is what we do.
we've reached the point where you can say something in front of cameras. Millions of people can see it, and then you can go back and say it's a false narrative. Hey, Dunkoft, it's your own words. You admitted it. I mean, your words literally were, we really wanted this one, even though we punched our own ticket. That's not misspeaking.
But he said he misspoke, so
Oh,
it's so stupid.
yeah. Hey, honey, dude, our waitress, I'd really like to get a piece of that. No, honey. What I misspoke. What I meant is I'd like to get a piece of you. No, you're a dumbass. You didn't know. This is so ridiculous.
So he's now said it's just an. So he came out and said I misspoke and completely misread the calculations. So he kind of owned it, right?
Yes. That, by the way, when you said you missed the calculations, that means you thought you were already through and you weren't. You're admitting you didn't know that you needed to win that game, or more than likely needed to win that game.
Now he's just describing it as he was overconfident. He said, quote, it's just an overly confident statement on hot stove, period. The end. It's my fault. Felt good about where we were after Mexico. Yeah.
Here's the situation.
End quote.
Well, I would like to point out that when the Olympics rolled around and we were kind of making sure that we were planting our flag as the best basketball team in the world, we went and got 2-time Coach of the Year and 4-time NBA champion Steve Kerr, who also, by the way, won. Did Steve win 5 NBA titles as a player? I believe he won 5.
Yeah, that seems right.
I think so.
Because he won some with the Spurs
the
as well.
Spurs, and I think he won 3 with the Bulls. So pretty good resume. And then for Olympic hockey, right, we were trying to kind of break the whole Canadian stranglehold on us. And so we went and got 2-time Stanley Cup winning coach Mike Sullivan. And so, again, people were like, hey, really good coach there. Won a couple cups. Feels really good. We've got this. By the way, played for many, many teams. And yet for the World Baseball Classic, we decided to go get an MLB Network host who was a journeyman player.
Well, in fairness, MLB Network's great.
What are we doing?
Is he
do a
top
good
3
job.
at the MLB Network?
Like, what? Huh?
So here's his false narrative statement. Here's what he said. So they asked him again about Italy, and he said, they played a hell of a game. They smacked us in the mouth early. They got up big. We went into that game prepared to win it. I think there's a couple false narratives out there, but no, I was well aware that we had to win that game based on all the scenarios that could have taken place. They went in 2-0. We went in 2-0. We knew they were playing Mexico the next day. We knew there was tiebreaker rules involved. So now he's basically said 4 different things about it.
Yeah, which, by the way, means that you're lying.
He originally said that he flat out said we're into the quarters.
Yeah.
Then he said, I totally misread that situation. Then he said, well, I think, what did he say? He said,
Well, and then he said he misspoke.
no, he said that with the misread. Misread, misspoke. He said at the same
both.
time.
Sorry. I misread and misspoke.
Yeah, maybe it's 3 things. And then he said false narrative. So, oh no, then he said he was just overly confident. And then he said false narrative.
So was Bruce Bochy too busy? Can we not?
God, just own it.
Can you go get Ron Washington doing some
Jesus.
lines? Like, I just can't believe we hired that. Whoever is in charge, that's where we decided to go.
But you hit on that, Rob. Just admit it. Just say I didn't know the situation. I messed up. I thought we were in.
He kind of did.
I say, look, I was overconfident. I thought we'd beat Italy. I thought we were in for sure. People would be mad about it, but they would understand it. But now you're going back and saying, nope, you're all wrong. I was right. And
False narratives.
That's where you're messing up, man.
And then they ask him about false narratives. He's like, well, let's move on, guys. You know, this is how they do it.
We're on to Canada.
Yeah. Classic Bill Belichick.
Well, it's classic anyone now. No one will own to anything. You can get caught red-handed doing something, and then you're just like, no, didn't do it.
That's not me.
That's not. I didn't say that. Yeah, we got you on tape saying it. Nope, not what I meant. But it is what you meant. We took it out of context. No, we played the whole clip. No.
Well, then you deflect. You got to deflect. You got to have something else to get there.
Well,
some shiny object. He's like, well, yeah, but about that Barack Obama.
Yeah. I like this one.
That guy.
As a man of faith. When
right.
in doubt, you go to Jesus.
Now to a sports potpourri of sorts.
I like a good potpourri.
Got a lot of things to cover. We got to check in with Stevie Brackett's here. Now, big news today. I don't know if you saw, Jace. The college basketball tournaments are heating up.
Yeah. It happened.
And Miami of Ohio, who was 30-0, got through the regular season undefeated.
Yeah.
Got into their conference tournaments, whatever stupid conference they're in. I guess that's the MAC.
The MAC.
Return of the MAC.
Apparently UMass is in the MAC.
Yeah, this is their first year in the MAC.
Yeah.
The Minutemen beat them.
87-83.
So now they're 30-1. And no one knows if they're going to get into the tournament.
Only the fifth team this century to finish the regular season undefeated, and they are right on the bubble.
Firmly on the bubble.
Yes.
They are not top 70 in either offensive or defensive efficiency. And last we checked, they were 87th in Ken Palm. They'll probably drop now that they lost.
Yeah.
87th.
All I know is they're coached by a guy by the name of Travis Steele, and he's the Steelman says they have earned.
Well, he's the guy
right.
you have mocked for not looking so sharp on the sideline.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like he just rolled out of bed.
Yeah, can we clean that up a little bit for God's sakes? You're trying to like make an impression, and you go in and getting that weird quarter zip out of the Costco discount bin. It's not helping.
So listen, Stevie Brackets.
Yeah.
They're getting in, yeah?
You would think so, yeah.
They're getting in.
Now, historically, this is a historically bad bubble also. I think that helps. But they got to get in. I mean, at some point, winning games has to matter, and they have won their games besides this last one to UMass, and this was a bad loss. This UMass season is very good. But they got to get in.
So they haven't played one quad one
They
team.
have played 0 quad one games all season long.
So them losing likely knocks out a Power 5 from the bubble, like
Yes.
like an Auburn.
Auburn,
Texas.
SMU, something like that, yeah.
Now, I am looking that Joe Lenardi.
Does he have them in?
He tweeted out that even with this loss, he does have them in as an 11 seed.
Oh, an 11.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just because you like that's
probably
it's
that's the bottom.
Yeah, earlier he had him on the in the first 4 line, and then somebody lost today. Maybe Missouri lost today or something like that. And then they moved to the first 4.
Isn't it just bad PR to not let him in or to put him in the first?
It
four?
would be rough.
It's just bad PR. They have to put him in.
I would think.
I'm more disappointed because I knew that they stunk and they weren't very good, and they showed today why they aren't very good. They were up by 10, I believe, in the second half, and then UMass just kicked them in the nuts and decided to dominate.
The word is out.
The only one that I've seen really lobbying is Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl has openly said that he does not believe they belong in the
he
tournament.
also has gone back and says that it got misconstrued. I'm not joking on that. He
It was
literally
his
has said
own
that.
words.
False narrative.
Oh my God!
False
He's
narrative.
recanted.
Yes, that I saw that today, literally today.
False narrative.
God bless America.
What?
I love now when you say something, then you just look like an ass clown. You can just be like, nah, well.
I think that that's the new way.
You just go back.
I'm gonna say something wild, and then you get the blowback. It's like, no. We're gonna start them at age 8 and groom them.
Your own words.
I'll own that.
Yeah.
All right, Stevie. I'm sorry. Are we still gonna bet on Miami or bet against them?
If they make it, yes.
We'll bet against them.
1,000,000%.
No matter the line. Even though, I mean, the word's out. Everybody knows they suck now.
Again, I said it maybe last week. If it gets up to, it depends on who they play, but if it's, way up there, I won't do it. But even if it's double digits, I'm not afraid.
If they're sniffing around that 10-11 range, it's
hey, BYU's on fire.
My BYU Cougars.
I tell you what, if BYU plays them, I am going BYU.
Yes, DeBonza will have 700 points in that game.
7 million points.
You want Miami of 7-11,
Yes.
Miami of Ohio,
Yes.
BYU. You want that.
Let's go.
They're not athletic. They can kind of shoot a little bit, and that's about it. Not even great.
But their coach's name is Steele. So.
But he's a steal.
The steal. Yeah, BYU got Houston today at 4. And if they find a way to beat the Houston Cougars, you know who they got next?
Well, whoa. Slow down.
He's already
fella.
counting the win.
Yeah, easy.
BYU's had 2 crazy, one really high scoring game and then one really low scoring game so far.
Well, the BYU always has a chance because they have the best player in the country.
Yes.
Kansas is playing TCU, and in the immortal words of the great, what's his nuts, Mike Francesa.
Yeah.
I can see them winning this game.
Oh.
I can see them losing
Well,
this game.
No faith in Kansas, huh?
Well, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They could be really good.
Yeah.
Like, they have the ability to win this whole tournament. I mean, the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
They also have the ability to get run out of the gym in the first couple rounds.
To lose to Lehigh in the first round.
Yeah, so they're very volatile this year. But I would say don't Bet against Bill Self at your own peril. He's good, man.
If Kansas gets by TCU and BYU finds a way, and we won't, to beat Houston, then
we play.
They
played once this year?
Yeah, you guys kicked the hell out of us.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
You want to talk about it?
Wasn't that competitive.
BYU doesn't need to win anymore. They proved they won 2 games in the
We're
They're
fine.
done. They're done now. We're good.
BYU's not going to improve their seed much. Just bow out of the tournament, rest Bonsa, put him in bubble wrap, and let's lace him up against the Red Hawks.
Let's lace him up, you little bitch. See what happens. Let's go.
All right. Is it possible the NBA MVP is underrated? We'll get to that next on The Fan. right, coming up in our next segment of radio broadcast, we have some late-breaking NFL news to discuss here on the show for you. But first, Jace, did you see what Kenneth Walker did today?
What Kenneth Walker did? No, I don't think I saw what Kenneth Walker did.
Well, he arrived in Kansas City.
Yeah.
As he's been signed by the Chiefs.
Yes. Largest free agent deal in running back history.
He was wearing a John Madden Raiders shirt.
Huh.
And being from that area,
yeah,
I have to tell you.
That's probably no...
you shouldn't have done that.
No bueno.
No.
Do we know why?
No, he probably
was it a jersey?
No, it was a shirt. It just was like one of those old sort of caricature shirts, you know?
Okay.
They're very popular nowadays.
Yeah, he just did. I mean...
He didn't know.
Innocent mistake, probably.
Yeah.
But should you know that?
Well, that's a little weird.
For the team you're going to, should somebody tell you?
Sure. I guess Madden, is Madden really a Raider, or is Madden just now belong to football?
Well, it's a Raiders shirt.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who's on it. Like, you know, Derek Carr could have been on it. It's like, why are you wearing a Raiders shirt, dude?
I will say, because he flew in the private plane, someone probably...
Well, he's got his
bags. The shirt doesn't have a Raiders logo on it, though. I'm looking at it right here.
It's black and silver.
It's black and it's Raiders colors, but it just says John Madden has the years he was alive.
I mean, he's got his bag with him, right? Like, somebody just, like, hey, just swap out your shirt.
Yeah, it's a little...
You know?
Yeah, I guess it's technically not a Raiders shirt. It is black and silver, and it's got Madden in the middle of it. Yeah, I don't... That's not very fair. That's weird. It's a little weird, but, you know.
Mistake.
Yeah.
This is a bit like the, what was the one we talked about recently? Who's the guy that wore a hat?
They're actually losers.
There was an NBA player, or maybe it was a baseball player, wore a hat to a game of the opposite sport.
Oh, LeBron does that all the time.
Well, LeBron pretends to be a Yankee
fan.
And a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
We have that where a guy will be the quarterback of a team, and he'll wear a rival like their rival team's baseball hat. And he wears it around the city. That does happen from...
Is it a Seattle thing?
I don't remember if it was the Seattle. I know this has happened.
Yeah, who wore a Mariners hat? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Someone wore a Mariner hat.
Someone wore a Mariner hat.
I know this has been a thing a time or two where someone gets caught wearing a hat of the baseball team's rival. That happens. And then other times you get, well, it's a fashion statement, or, you know. It can be a little weird.
Yeah, and he said, Stroud. It was C.J. Stroud.
Oh, that's right.
In Houston. Wore a Mariners hat, and
Yeah.
he was like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I liked the colors, or he said I liked the compass or something.
And he says he's got a bunch of hats. He doesn't even know what.
That actually is in the, I don't know what you call it, the culture, I don't know, like urban culture. The hats, I don't know, is that like hip hop culture? Like the hat it's a fashion statement. It has nothing to do with what team you root for.
Yeah, and you know what? That makes old white guys like us a little insane. Because it's like, come on, man.
Well, but
there's rules to this.
Now, to be fair, there are rules. I wear a Royals hat. You're a Kansas City guy. And the Royals beat the Mets in the World Series. Now, I will say that Royals hat does not get broken out that often. But I do have a Royals hat from, wasn't the World Series that they beat the Mets. That was when they lost to the Giants. And I wear that from time to time. But I would never wear a Phillies hat. I would never, under any circumstance, wear a Braves hat. I'd wipe my arse with one. So there are rules to it. But, you're wearing a Padres hat. That's kind of another team that you pull for.
Yeah.
I have that.
Well, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just randomly wearing a hat in your rival city that you play in.
It's a little weird.
Of their rival.
Yeah,
he should know better.
You got to be aware of these things.
Like if you're in Chicago, if you play for the Cubs, you can't wear a Green Bay hat. You can't. If Pete Crow Armstrong cannot wear a Green Bay Packer hat and then walk around Chicago.
Well, this is something that I will keep an eye on because I'm diligent about these types of things.
Yes.
We already have two. C.J. Stroud wearing a Mariner hat in Houston, and he plays in Houston.
And then he sucked.
Yeah. And then Kenneth Walker wearing a Raiders shirt in Kansas City. The first time he steps foot in Kansas City. So there's two.
Yeah, it could be a little weird.
I'll be reporting back on others. I'm watching.
I do enjoy when when athletes embrace the entire city. You know, like if you, and I understand that there's long-term, like if you grew up a certain fan, but I do kind of enjoy when, if you're a Mariner, and they did that happened this year, where Mariners and the Seahawks, like you just.
Yeah, you root for your hometown team.
You root for the hometown team.
Sure.
A lot of the.
Even if you don't, you fake it.
Yes. A lot of the Detroit Red Wing players wear Detroit Tigers caps. Like you'll see them in interviews all the time wearing that. And it's kind of like they even started making red ones with the Tigers D on them and like giving them to Red Wing players. And it's like you support the team.
Did you see who was at the Blazers game the other day? Supporting your Zers?
Who was at the Blazer game? There was some hip hop guy that I had no idea who he was. Twiz? Yeet.
Twiz and Yeet were there?
What was that?
It's Yeet.
I thought it was Twiz.
I thought it was Yeet.
I don't know.
I think it's Twiz and Yeet.
There was some guy that apparently was a big deal, and I had no idea who he was. But
the Blazers kept like tweeting about him.
Yeah, and that was what I kept seeing. I was like, who the hell is this? And he was with a hot, but apparently it was a big deal. I thought it was Twiz night, but I could be wrong.
You might be right.
No, it's Yeet night, dude.
It's Yeet?
Anyway.
I had no idea who he was.
What I was talking about is Jalen Milroe. And the Blazers gave him their, I don't know, he did a stupid video. I don't know why they do this, but I guess it's just, I don't know. It helps for people to see Jalen Milroe at the game.
Sure.
They gave him, they put him on the Blazers Twitter feed, and he said, "Hey, Portland, what's up? I'm Jalen Milroe. Go Blazers. I'm in town to watch the Blazers. Go Blazers."
Well, I mean.
Cool.
Sure. Why not? I'm looking here at that's that whole Seattle-Portland thing, but they don't have one. They don't have a team yet, so Milroe can.
Well, like I said, I mean, that falls into the category of you're supporting the local teams.
Local
now, he can't be doing this once they get the Sonic.
Young person, lowercase, Casey Smith, confirmed it was Yeet that was at the game. He said he went to high school with Yeet, by the way.
Not Zeet.
Why
Not
was
Twiz.
I thinking Twiz? Does he have a song called Twiz?
That may be true. I don't know. But
yeah, he's an American rapper and singer-songwriter, and his name's Yeet.
What was Yeet wearing? It's important.
Tattoos.
Yeah. I don't know. He had some gal who was wearing like a weird headpiece, like her face was covered. I had no. They just came. It was like on my Twitter timeline. I was watching the game, and it was like, who? What is happening?
Here's a good text, and this person's right. We're at the age where we ask famous people why they're famous.
Yeah,
we're at that age.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, now
who is Yeet? I don't know.
Well, now so much of it is like you just hear internet personality, and I'm like, okay. Once I hear internet personality, I know that it's not for me, and then I move on.
Well, there's so many different levels of famous now. There's TikTok famous, and then there's actual famous. Then there's singer famous and actor famous. There's different levels to this.
We're told Yeet is from Lake O. My sources are already.
That's why they had Yeet Night.
And Casey went to high school with him.
He's from the mean streets of Lake Oswego.
Oh yeah, hard knock life.
It's rough out there.
Hey, what was the Chael Sonnen? I had a housekeeper. She only came once a week, though. What do you think happened those other 6 days? You don't know what I've seen.
Is that what Chael Sonnen said?
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
He's got a. Steven, will you do me a favor and see if you get? It's like a 2-minute rant.
Come on, dude.
Where he's from Westland. He does a phenomenal bit about you don't know what it's like to grow up in these streets. It's really, really well done, and that's one of them. He's like, yeah, I had a housekeeper that came once a week. What do you think happened those 6 other days? You don't know.
That is pretty rough.
You don't know what's happening in these streets of Westland. He is a phenomenal troll.
Is he still with us?
Yeah.
Is he still out there doing?
Yeah, he still eats locally. He's still. I think he's got a fight team out there. Still, he's got a gym.
So we've got an NFL move to tell you about, and we're gonna talk a little SGA coming up next hour on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, quarterback Kyler Murray has officially signed with the Minnesota Vikings. It is a one-year deal, and in the deal, Murray will have a no-trade clause. Now, Murray was already owed $36.8 million from the Arizona Cardinals, so this one-year deal will be the veteran league minimum, but Murray makes it so he'll be back on the free agent market in 2027. Running back Rachaad White has agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He rushed for 572 yards a season ago with the Buccaneers. The Raiders, they are currently telling teams that the defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded in the aftermath of the failed physical and the failed effort to ship him out to the Ravens for a pair of first-round picks. Seahawks trying to replace Kenneth Walker III. They're signing former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson to a one-year deal, while the 49ers are bringing back Drake Greenlaw on a one-year deal. This came within minutes of defensive end Bryce Huff announcing his retirement. Miami of Ohio, they suffered their first loss of the season today in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament, losing to UMass 87-83. They fall to 31-3 on the season after being the fifth men's Division I team this century to go undefeated during the regular season, but are firmly on the bubble. According to Joe Lunardi, the Redhawks should be part of the field, maybe the first four, but we will find out their fate on Selection Sunday. And Team USA, they advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC, and they are removing pitcher Clayton Kershaw from the roster and adding Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan. USA takes on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. first pitch, Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Get the chicks.
The Fan.
All right, I've just been handed a note from my research team.
Okay. The crack research team, which is normally my computer, but this did not come from me.
No, I have my own research team. And it includes lowercase.
There's a lot of commotion going out in the hallway out there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of yeet talk. Okay. So lowercase is our conduit to the kids.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got his ear to the streets, the mean streets of Lake Oswego, apparently.
He tells me a few bits of relevant news here.
Okay.
One, yeet being from Lake O.
Yeah.
Lowercase used to ball with leet. Or with, wait, used to hoop with zeet. Yeet.
Tis.
And he says that he is still friends with Yeet's brother.
Okay.
So we have ties to Yeet.
Brother Yeet?
We've got the ins.
Brother Yeet. Furthering our street cred. Just wanted you guys to know that.
Yeet.
And he said he was by far the worst player on their team.
His name, by the way, is Noah. Noah Smith, a.k.a. Yeet.
He also says, and this is the most important thing, because I was asking him, I was going to the kids, because I feel like an old white guy yelling at the clouds here with the whole, don't wear a rival's hat when you play for the rival team. You know, just have a little bit of awareness about what you should and shouldn't wear in terms of sports gear.
Yeah.
If you're an athlete or a high-profile person.
One would think.
And he told me that the Mariner, if you ever see someone wearing a Mariners hat that is not a Mariner fan or has no affiliation to Seattle, it is oftentimes the Rolling 60s, which is a
It's a Crip gang,
It's
right?
a Crip gang in L.A.
I have heard of the Rolling 60s.
Yeah,
yes.
so, and then what Lowercase was telling me is that C.J. Stroud's dad is a felon and in prison.
Ah.
And he thinks that perhaps C.J. Stroud, even though he didn't say that, was repping his dad's gang hat.
Interesting. Why wouldn't the Rolling 60s
Houston.
Crips who wear blue, why wouldn't they wear an L.A. hat? Like a Dodgers hat?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I think he said maybe it has something to do with the trident.
Yeah, okay.
I
don't know.
Now I'm over my skis. I'm instantly over my skis on this. But that's what he said.
Because I'm looking here, it says, according to internet, they do wear, obviously, blue, being Crips. They wear a lot of the Dodgers hats, Kansas City Royals, or other bands that prominently feature the blue and white.
I can't get behind it. So when I roll in with my Royals hat, do you guys think of me as a rolling 60s LA Crip?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there are parts of LA that you should not wear that to.
Are you?
Would be my
so
guess.
when I roll in my Royals hat, are you guys going, oh man, Rob, I don't want to mess with Rob. Oh, I didn't know that.
And then I wear a Red Wings hat, and then we have beef. There was a story out of Nebraska, and I want to say, who was it? They were talking about during back in the heyday with recruits, and they brought in maybe it was Amon Green or maybe it was Lawrence Phillips, one of their big time players that was from California, and they brought him in. And this was back in the day when you had to quote wink wink nod nod give you gear, right? Like you couldn't do it, but that was like they would load you up with stuff, and they thought that the kid was giving him an FU. He said they said it was the only recruit that had never taken anything from the equipment room. And so they thought that the kid was telling him to F off and they had no shot at him. And so they kind of stopped, and the kid ended up being like, hey, what's the deal? I thought we had a great trip. You guys kind of laid off. And they're like, well, we thought you were kind of miserable or whatever. He goes, no, I couldn't wear any of the stuff home. He was from a neighborhood that apparently he was in a Crip neighborhood, and you couldn't wear any of the Nebraska stuff home. And they didn't realize that. And they were like, oh. So, I guess him going to Nebraska ultimately was a big deal. Like, he had to go, I wish I could remember who it was. He had to go to, the neighborhood, I don't know what you call it, the leader of that neighborhood of the Crips, and get a sign-off for him to go to Nebraska.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was like, dude, this is the best team in the country, and he had to get the okay because he was afraid if he came home that something bad would happen. It was that much of a big deal.
Well, at least he's thinking ahead about what he's wearing.
Yeah.
You know?
Something tells me that Yeet isn't
Kenneth Walker isn't.
Nor is
CJ
Yeet.
Stroud isn't. Well, Yeet doesn't have to worry about it, does he? Yeet's from here. I guess this is the question. If Yeet shows up in a oh God, who's our I guess who's the Blazers' rival now? I mean,
themselves? The medical doctors. I don't know. Arthritis.
I mean, it's a bad example. Like him being from LO.
Lakers, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So
good. Like if Yeet shows up at a Blazers game in a Lakers hat, dude, come on.
It's a little weird.
This is my stand that I'm taking.
Take it.
I think you guys need to.
Well, you're no.
I just think guys need to recognize that better.
All I know is there's a song dropping by Yeet called I'm Yeet. Because, I mean, hey, it's a big deal. And you said it's not a big deal in Lake O. Chael Sonnen would disagree with you that being from the mean street, you don't know what it's like growing up in those neighborhoods. This is what Yeet probably had to go through. The same thing as UFC legend. And you don't know what's happening in these streets of West Lynn? Chael does.
Wait, do you have that
Yeah,
audio?
he's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
On the fan.
On internet fan. Maybe.
I love sports.
Supposedly we have it.
Of West Lynn, Oregon. And I've seen things and been through things that somebody like you in your little pearly loft couldn't even relate to. And if you're asking me to share stories with you that are frankly none of your business, maybe I'll give you a couple and maybe you'll take a little smug look off your face. But I can date back to when I was 11 years old. I'm minding my own business, and I'm in a park. This guy, stranger to me, takes a piece of gum out of his pocket, he puts his mouth, and he just throws the wrapper on the ground. He publicly litters. He just publicly litters. And I saw that. I had to see these things at a young age. Sure, somebody came along, somebody picked it up, somebody threw it in the trash can. But for the few moments where that sat on the ground and the law was violated right here in my neighborhood, what about the time I'm on the sidewalk and I watch a guy cross the street and he's not even within the lines? He's publicly jaywalking. There was a police officer standing right there. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. We have chaos. We have anarchy at times in West Lynn. You know, you look at me. There was years where my father didn't even make $100,000 or barely made $100,000. And sure, we had a maid, but she only came twice a week. What do you think happened the other 5 days? You think those dishes washed themselves?
No.
You think those clothes got themselves in the hamper? My neighbors were twins. They got a Mercedes for their birthday, but just one. They had to share that car. They had to share that car. Who gets to drive today? I had to see these things. You asked me about being a gangster. You think I'm scared to go to Brazil? You haven't seen the things I've seen. You haven't been down that way. You haven't been to the mean streets of West Flint, Oregon.
Oh, my God. How about that? What a great bit.
He was getting ready to fight a Brazilian fighter he grew up with, like in the favelas. He was saying that the fighter was saying that you don't want to come down to Brazil, and that was his response. You don't know what's happening in these streets of Westland.
Good for him.
You don't know. Had to share a Mercedes.
Did he win the fight? Or did the Brazilian beat the living tar out of him?
I don't know who won that. I'd have to go back and look. That was many, many moon ago. He's a funny guy. Like, he rubs people the wrong way, but he's a character.
All right. Well, now in the interest of time, we've got to get to the late-breaking NFL news. We'll do that next on The Fan. Okay. You know, your Royals hat bit got me to thinking, I wonder how many people think I'm a Crip because I wear my Royals hat. And then I thought, well, what about my golf hats? Like if I have a Langdon Farms hat.
Yeah.
The LF, what if people think that stands for La Familia? And they think I'm a part of the La Familia gang.
What about those Padre colors? What are you there?
You know?
Oh, boy.
How many times have I signified I'm a part of the gang
People just run the other way.
with my hats? How many gangs can this guy be a part of?
Problematic.
Are you
You
kidding
do it again, you could have a
Could
lot
have
of problems. Yeah. You don't know what's happening in these streets of Westland? No. Unfortunately, I do get some of the white supremacist stuff from time to time.
Well, look at you.
Dude.
And,
that's always a bit rough.
The text police are telling us that the rolling 60s wear the Seattle hat because the S stands for 60s.
Oh, yeah.
So that
makes sense.
stands to reason.
I do have every now and then I get
You do it anymore, you're going to have problems.
I get one of the Aryan guys that thinks that I'm
They flash you the sign.
Yeah. We had a guy when we were in Italy. He was a German fella, and he didn't speak much English, but he was pointing at some of my tattoos, and then he rolled up his sleeve to show me his tattoos, and his tattoos are very problematic. And that's when I realized he thought we were kind of doing a thing. And I was like, I'm going to turn and run now. There was no interpreting his tattoos. No, he had the ones where you're like, I see. Bold move, my friend. Bold move.
We probably shouldn't have been there on January 6th.
I don't think Italy was slightly different than that. We were there when the Pope died, though, if that equates to anything. So I was there on January 6th and when the Pope died? Coincidence?
So now to the NFL. We've got some news. It is official. Kyler Murray is headed to Minnesota.
Yeah.
To be a Viking.
Suppose he was going to meet with 3 to 5 teams, but what are you doing, man? The money's all the same. He was going to make the minimum.
So he gets paid by the Cardinals.
He gets paid by the Cardinals. So
what's he getting?
The Cardinals?
Yeah,
I want to say he's like got
$36.8 million.
Life is good.
Yeah.
And they'll just pay him $36.8 million and say bye?
Yeah, and so the way the offset language works is that any money that he makes for the next team gets taken off of that. So
yeah,
he can't earn any more.
But the Vikings are giving him league minimum.
Well, because that's the point is you don't make any more money, so you don't want to impact your new team. So this is these sorts of deals are the best deals in the NFL.
Right.
So he would have been the same money would have been wherever he went. And so then it's picking the best situation. And so the fact that he was meeting with multiple, like, what are you doing? There is no Minnesota is the spot to be. It's a team that 2 years ago proved that they can be a Super Bowl type team. They have a loaded roster and some of the best offensive weapons, and all they need is a quarterback not named J.J. McCarthy. So, and you have a quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell. Like, this was a no-brainer. So when I heard that he was going to go sniff around other teams, you were like, what? And it turns out that was, I don't know how many he met with, but Minnesota didn't let him out of the building.
So he'll be their starter.
Yes. And if you're J.J. McCarthy, I don't know what to tell you, man. It turns out being really, really, really bad is not good for your NFL career.
Murray could get hurt.
Yeah.
He's been known to get hurt.
Yep.
But this is, I feel like he's going to make himself some money here. I feel like this, because he's in the right spot.
Yes.
He's a little older. Maybe he's a little more mature. Maybe O'Connell can get through to him. I feel like, guess Kyler Murray's next contract, because he'll be a free agent next year.
I'm going to say.
How much do you think he makes?
Well, Daniel Jones just got 44.
Yep.
It will be north of $40 million.
Yeah, I think so too.
I believe he will be successful in Minnesota. I think Minnesota will win 10 to 13 games, and Kyler Murray will sign a 3-year deal with 2 years of it guaranteed.
With Minnesota or somewhere else?
I think with Minnesota. And the annual value will be somewhere in that $40 million range.
Wow.
I think that will be his next that will be the next contract. But both him and Tua, I thought, were pretty smart. I think they landed in 2 really good spots. And for them, this is their last opportunity to make big money and prove that they can be a starter. And both are going to places with really smart coaches and good offensive weapons around them, Minnesota being the better of the two. And we'll see. Because if Kyler Murray can't make it work in Minnesota with O'Connell, then it just doesn't work. And it's possible that he's too immature. He doesn't put in the work. And he's just short. people don't realize that the short thing is it's real. When you can't see over the line of scrimmage and you have to run backwards, like you're now like where a quarterback that's a little taller maybe throwing the ball from 7 yards deep. Kyler Murray's throwing the ball from 10 yards deep. That's 3 extra yards that the ball has to travel. That's 3 extra yards that a DB has to close on it. It's just, it's hard to operate that way, which is why short quarterbacks, minus like Drew Brees, who was the best at coming up into the pocket and finding lanes, this is really hard for them. And as Kyler Murray gets less athletic and can't really bail out of pockets, is he going to figure out that moving forward and finding those lanes, that's a lot to ask at this point in his career. But if someone can unlock it, it's going to be this Minnesota offense. And can they get him to play on time? And Kyler Murray's good, just like Tua's good. They just have to refine it and end up in a situation that's good for him. So I would bet on Kyler Murray having a nice bounce back year in Minnesota.
Did you see the latest team linked to Kirk Cousins?
No.
Who is now a free agent?
Yes, he was officially cut as well.
The Raiders. We're talking about bringing him in to mentor Fernando Mendoza.
I think for all sides, I think that would be a great move.
I do too. Because Cousins could start.
Yeah, Cousins could start, and I think he wants that opportunity. It's not going to be a great situation, but no one's going to give him a starting job on a great team. I've seen some people that say in a vacuum, they like what the Raiders have done in the offseason. Again, you're getting a very smart offensive mind who loves protecting his quarterback, loves to run the ball, loves to run max protect. So you're not going to have to necessarily be back there slinging it 40 times a game. And you get a chance to mentor a little bit, but I don't know if that's what Cousins wants to do. I don't know if he wants to take on that role, because some people like Aaron Rodgers have kind of balked at that. Remember, Joe Flacco was like, no, it's not my job. But if he wants to embrace that kind of switch in his career, it would be a great fit. Just don't know where Cousins' head is at.
So they added Nakobe Dean. They added Quay Walker.
Mm-hmm.
They added Kwity Paye. And they added Teron Johnson.
And Linderbaum.
Yeah, I was looking at the defense, but yeah, on offense. And so and Jalen Naylor, they got, and I don't know, it's wide receiver.
Yeah, whatever.
But they still have Genty.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have Mendoza. Then you add Cousins, maybe another offensive lineman.
I would assume so. I think if you're the Raiders, what you hope is that the Jackson Powers thing was bizarre because he was good his rookie year, and then they moved him. They brought in the worst offensive line coach in the NFL, and that thing kind of fell apart, and he got benched. But if you can get Powers Johnson back to a reasonable guard, right, and you bring in the best center and one of the best centers in Linderbaum, and you still kind of like Colton Miller out there on the left, maybe you draft an offensive lineman here that you can solidify that. And then all of a sudden, like I said, you already have your back. You do need a weapon on the outside. You do need a receiver in the worst possible way. But you do have Brock Bowers, who's a nice security blanket. And then, in theory, it sounds like they're going to make an attempt to bring back Max Crosby, mainly because I think he's damaged goods and people don't want him. But Crosby's there. You made some nice additions to the defense. And a competent coach, which you didn't have. So you can see a world where, this isn't the worst thing in the world for the Raiders, if you want to kind of look through that prism.
It doesn't look too bad. It looks better than it was.
And now you bring in Cousins and you
that's not a done deal.
No, but
that's a rumor.
If you do bring him in, then you've given Mendoza a bit of an on-ramp, right? Because no offense to Mendoza, but he's not a plug-in and all of a sudden everything is great. He's just not. He's not this generational talent. So it would be nice to give him a bridge quarterback. And Cousins is one of the smartest guys in the NFL. I think that would be a great bridge quarterback for Mendoza if Cousins is willing to do that.
And personality-wise, they're kind of alike. They're both kind of dorky, but Cousins always had the locker room. Like, the locker room always had faith in that guy, and so I think he could learn from that way as well to how to be a leader, not necessarily being, somebody cool that's in the locker room.
Yeah, can you imagine those two guys in the quarterback room talking football?
That's just weird as can be. There's a lot of like flannel button-ups, a lot of J. Crew catalogs being kicked around. Yeah, but that could.
Maybe a Crips hat.
You like that. I'll never forget when, that was Fitzpatrick, sorry. It was when Fitzpatrick dressed up in Deshaun Jackson's outfit. I thought that was Cousins. Because every now and then Cousins will try to like G it up a little bit. It's pretty fun. He'll like wear some chains.
You like that? Like that? You like that?
Kirk Cousins is underappreciated.
I agree. I watched him. He was on that quarterback show.
Yeah.
I found him delightful.
And he's a
good dude.
He's a good dude, and he's a good quarterback, and he'll never get the credit he deserves. But
better than people think.
Yes, yeah. He is like the Tony. It's a Tony Romo-esque thing where he's never going to get appreciated, and he's way better than you think. And when he's done, if he wants to be, when you ever watch him have football conversations, he is really bright. I know everyone was like waiting to give Brady all the money in the world to go be an analyst. If I was a Fox exec, I would be whispering in his ear that when you're done, please come talk to me, and I would like to give you a job.
I could see him coaching.
Yeah, he's a really bright guy. Except coaching is a grind. It's like, hey man, why don't you just come and talk?
Made $250 million or whatever it was. Like, does he? Yeah. Does he want to do that?
Yeah. Do you want to grind and be a coach, or do you want to come and be an analyst and just talk ball?
All right, Kyler Murray to Minnesota. Rumor is Kirk Cousins possibly to the Raiders. Coming up next, Phil Knight back in the news, and big pipe overflow. We've got Dookie news in the news. Here is Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, as the guys were just talking about there, quarterback Kyler Murray is officially signing with the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a one-year deal, and Murray, according to his agent, Murray will have a no-trade clause as well. With Murray already owed $36.8 million from Arizona, his one-year contract with the Vikings will be for the veteran league minimum, but it does mean that Murray will be back on the free agent market in 2027. Some more NFL free agency news. Running back Rachaad White, he has agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He rushed for 572 yards last year with the Buccaneers. The Raiders, they are currently telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded anymore. This in the aftermath of the failed effort to ship him to the Ravens for a pair of first-round picks, and then the Ravens saying he did not pass his physical. Seahawks, they are signing former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson to a one-year deal. 26-year-old ran for just under 500 yards a season ago. Miami of Ohio, they suffered the first loss this season earlier today in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament, losing to UMass 87-83. They are now 31-3 on the season, and this is after becoming the fifth team in men's Division I history in this century to go undefeated in the regular season. Now, according to Joe Lunardi, the Red Hawks are going to be a part of the field despite having that one loss, but they are firmly on the bubble. We'll find out their fate on Selection Sunday. And now that Team USA has advanced to the quarterfinals, they have made some moves. They are removing pitcher Clayton Kershaw from the roster. They're adding Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan. USA takes on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. first pitch. It's going to be Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Okay, welcome back. It is a big Thursday program here. A lot of sports going on. We're sportsing pretty hard. The players started today. We've got some good college hoops action going on, although I was just peeking at what Stevie Brackets was watching in there, and of all the games that are on right now, Duke's playing, Houston's playing BYU. He's in there watching Nevada and Grand Canyon.
100% true.
The amount of just irrelevant teams that you watch, it blows my mind.
And he knows the teams.
Yeah.
I love the Mountain West, man.
You're going to help us come next week. We've got to fill out our brackets. Stevie Brackets, they call him.
Are you a bracket guy?
Love it. It's my favorite time of the year.
Okay.
I think I'm going to fill one out this year.
I haven't filled one out in years.
I know. I haven't either.
I place bets when I go up to A&A, but I actually have not filled out a bracket.
Well,
maybe since COVID.
You can join my bracket league. Me and my buddy, we've done a bracket challenge since college. So 20 plus years almost, and $20 buy-in. We'll get you in there.
He's trying to rope us in.
$20.
A bunch of suckers.
Yeah,
pretty expensive. I don't know.
What kind of radio money are you making over there?
Hey. New contract you got.
How many Louisville
it's
shirts?
all the money I had. It's all the money I had when I was in college.
How many Louisville shirts I can buy with that at the Ross? Come
5.
on.
That's
apparently.
right,
Gotta load up.
All right, it is March 12, 2026. It is time for In the News. I'm your noted and humble newsman. Thank you so much. It's brought to you by The Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is Girl Scout Day.
Oh, shout out to that fraudulent organization and their their cookie cartel that they have.
Boy, I felt so bad for Dad the other day. I was driving on Tacoma in Selwood, and little girl was and her dad were sitting outside of that, I don't know, what is that, a Market of Choice over there, Zupan? I don't know, I can't remember. And the girl is all ADD'd up and flinging herself off of the poles and stuff, not paying attention. Yeah. And the poor dad just looks miserable over there selling the cookies. Could you at least pretend to sell the cookies?
I still contend that's the greatest racket in the world. Is those cookies just sell tens of millions of dollars of cookies on the back of, it's for Girl Scouts. I don't even know what Girl Scouts do besides sell cookies.
I think they go camping and stuff. Don't they?
I don't.
That's what the Boy Scouts used to do.
I have no idea. I thought the Boy Scouts got canceled. I think they got Me Too'd.
They're still a thing.
Are they?
Yeah.
I think there were too many Boy Scout leaders touching the saplings.
Well, I tell you what. As a former Boy Scout, and I was in it for, I think I got to do you remember the life badge or whatever? We're going to start them at age 8 and groom them.
You an Eagle Scout or a
No.
Weebelo?
Eagle, no. I think
I got a bear or a wolf.
I think I got to the life. If you look at the
Life
ladder,
Scout?
Yeah, Life Scout or something. I don't know. Anyway, you are not kidding. That was, now nothing happened to me, thankfully, but that was ripe for perps.
Oh yeah, life is the second highest that you can get.
What's below life?
So it goes Scout.
Yeah.
Tenderfoot. Boy, I don't like that one bit.
I was a tenderfoot.
Bunch of old men going into the woods with the tenderfoots. Yeah, I know it's tender something else. And then second class, first class, Star.
I think I got to Star.
You got to Star.
Yeah, I think
then
that's right.
Life, then Eagle.
Yeah, I didn't. Maybe not even Star. I don't know. But I did Boy Scouts long enough to know. You ain't kidding. That is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's.
It always made me.
You're out in the woods with strange men.
Yeah, I never got it. It's just and you're all wearing those weird knickerchiefs things that you got on there, and
careful.
And you got your little short shorts rolled up, and they're like, oh, it's nothing but boys out in the woods. What could go wrong?
Tell you what, we had a great time, but I'm sure there are a lot of nefarious activities going on.
I think I learned to smoke when I was in the Boy Scouts. I think it was about the only thing I learned. It was what a Marlboro Light was. Other than that, and it was always the Mormon church always pushed Scouts.
Yeah, aren't they kind of tied in together?
Yeah,
or at least they used to
be.
They
used to be. I don't that. That was always a thing, which I never understood because I would be forced to go to church, and then they would be like, "Whoa, we're doing Scouts," and I'm like, "I'm not doing Scouts. You're not getting me to go to church activities. You're not getting me to go to Scouting activities." I started being a little a-hole early on in my life where I was like, this doesn't sound fun.
With the Girl Scouts, though, it is hard to say no when the little girls are like, do you want to buy the cookies?
Yeah.
It is so hard to just ignore them.
And then you get a buddy and their daughters you want to buy some cookies. And next thing you know you're shoving Thin Mints down your pie hole.
It lets you off the hook when the girl's just goofing off and the dad's just standing there.
When it's just the dad, I'm like,
because he doesn't
F you,
care.
bro.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah. At least make your girl engaged. and then it's hard to say no.
I don't know if the Girl Scouts have those problems, but I know the Boy Scouts did.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a.k.a. the Mormons, was historically the largest sponsor of Boy Scouts of America. Yeah. Over 400,000 youth involved.
By the way, over 92,000 sexual abuse claims were filed.
Yeah.
When they had their own church scandal against the Boy Scouts.
It is also National Alfred Hitchcock Day.
Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with a little Hitchcock. The Birds. That's the one I always remember. And then his the outline and the voice when he would come on.
Yeah, he was weird.
Yeah.
Phil Knight just donated $1 million to Chris Dudley's gubernatorial campaign.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite words, gubernatorial.
Yeah. Dudley came somewhat close, right? Last time he ran for that? It was like...
Yeah. He came as close as any Republican has come in Oregon in a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
It does feel like with all the kerfuffle we have, and things aren't going great, I could see...
Yeah.
Let's see something happen.
He has a path.
Yeah.
So he has now raised $1.7 million with Phil Knight's donation. That is actually still short of Christine Drazen, who will be in his primary. She is a Republican. Yeah. She has $1.8 million. And No Told Tina, they say, has $3.1 million already.
Doesn't that seem weird that only, 1.7 doesn't seem that much to be...
Well, they just started. I mean, they're 2 months in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, No Told Tina.
What are you donating?
It's going to be zero. If I believe that anyone actually wasn't a schmuck, I might, But in the grand scheme, I'm one of those guys, and I know this is a terrible sort of thing. What does my $20 or $100, what does that do? That's not...
I can't answer that.
I got Phil donated $1 million, and let's say I'm going against him or I'm with him or whatever. All right, so you just got $1 million donation. Does my $100, does that move the need?
Buys the guy's Panda Express for lunch.
Exactly. It's like, you know what? You're going to get my vote. You don't need my money. It's just we're at the point now. The only people I think that move the needle in any of these elections are the people that can write massive checks. How are you supposed to have a grassroots campaign anymore that can contend with billionaires that are writing in presidential elections hundreds of $1 millions and local elections millions of dollars? They can't do anything with that.
Well, it's the wettest. They're saying that it's going to be the wettest week in Portland this winter.
Yeah.
Today was not. Last night, today, not good.
Doggy.
Boy.
I do like the sound of the rain though. It was coming down last night, so we did the door open so you can hear the rain at night. I do very much enjoy that.
It's a good white noise.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear that, I always feel somewhat better because I feel like I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, you feel you feel a little better being inside and watching golf.
Yeah, because if you have FOMO when it's sunny and 70 degrees out and you're inside, that instantly gives me FOMO.
Yeah, you feel like a schmuck.
But I don't have that when it's raining sideways.
Totally get it.
I'm like, oh.
I have that.
Nobody's out there.
I will tell you, if it is a weekend and it is nice, the missus will wake up and I'll be good and damned if we're going to sit around and do nothing. She will insist. Doesn't matter what we do, but we're not going to be in the house. She gets very, very butthurt over that.
Well, Portland's big pipe, which is used to prevent combined sewer overflows, shot up to 100% capacity over the last day and a half as rain has covered Portland.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, you did.
When the rain comes, the poop follows.
The Big Pipe Project, which the city said has helped reduce sewer overflows into the Willamette River by 94%.
Well, that's nice.
Has a tendency to fill quickly when the rain comes pelting down like it has. The Big Pipe tracker shows that from 8 p.m. on Wednesday night to 8 a.m. this morning, the pipe shot from around 5% capacity to 100% capacity after days of maintaining low levels. And this means there's poo-poo in the Willamette. Scratch that morning swim.
On the plus side, I've always asked this question. When these rains come, who the hell's in the mighty Willamette in the middle of March?
Maybe some peeps walking their dogs down there or something? I don't know.
And you decide to take a dog paddle around there? Like you're going to
the dog.
Well, can your
Throw
dog
the dog toy out there and let it swim,
yeah,
you know?
I suppose
I used
you
to do
could do
that
that.
with old Bocephus.
Now the question becomes: is the fecal Willamette bad for the dog as well?
I mean, I
Or
feel
are
like
you
dogs' mouths, like, you know, like they, you know.
I don't want
know?
my dog's out there doing God knows what.
That's right.
You know,
You can't.
It's a little Willamette.
They're animals.
It's a little Willamette water. I guess maybe if you had like a wetsuit. Do you see anyone out there like stand up paddleboarding like February? I don't.
So expect a combined sewer overflow advisory very
Kick-ass.
soon as we continue to get pelted
Woo.
by rain. There is a local company who is betting on downtown Portland. Do you want to know who it is, Jace?
Talk to me, Goose. I love people that are like this. I love the optimist that wants to bet on the city.
I'll tell you who it is next on The Fan. All right, look at the BYU Cougs surging to a 5-point lead over the Houston Cougars.
Helps having the best player in the country.
Nearing halftime.
Houston stopped cheating and BYU started making shots.
You're damn right. They started blowing the whistle. I was saying, when you get a team that's physical like Houston, I feel like the refs sometimes just let them just beat the hell out of people. And it's like, whoa, they play physical. Okay, well, it's the difference between being physical and just literally raking someone every time they have the ball. Call it.
Well, that kills Houston in the tournament because some refs just let them play and some refs are actually going to call fouls.
Yeah.
Going to go blow some ducks.
If you let Houston play defense the way they want to,
they're maybe one of the best teams in the nation.
You can't score on them.
All right. This is In the News, March 12, 2026. Hi.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live. Whatever happened to Bill O'Reilly? That guy dead?
No, he's still around. I think he's doing his same thing with Tucker Carlson. I think they're doing their own. They just do like YouTube stuff and.
Like us?
Yeah, kinda.
What do you mean kinda? We're on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'm told we're on YouTube twice now.
Guessing.
You know that?
Bill O'Reilly's is slightly bigger. Yeah, he has the no spin zone still online.
6'4".
Still doing that. Yeah.
Trust
he's a big
is
dude.
earned.
Yeah.
He's made so much money. He's a bunch of. He sold all those books with Killing Lincoln and Killing all that.
Well,
stuff.
he wrote them, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrote them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly was a big deal for a long time, and then I think he got Me Too. I think he got caught doing this.
Didn't we all?
Some handsy stuff. No, that never happened to me.
I heard.
I don't think we have any females to have that happen.
That's not true. We've got a couple.
Doesn't have to be female. It can be
That's
male.
true.
That's right.
Maybe Dusty, but he's the boss now. So.
I've grabbed Dusty's butt a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a time or two.
But that got you promoted.
Yeah.
Oh.
McMenamins
What?
McMenamins has revealed that it will be building a new hotel in downtown Portland. They're making a big bet. Well, they're not building it. It's already there.
Okay.
I mean, the building is already there.
Yeah.
They're going to make it.
They're going to renovate.
A hotel. The eclectic Northwest hospitality chain said Thursday it will repurpose the former Taft home, which is low-income residences, into a new hotel. It had closed in 2021 after state officials ordered its operators to undertake a set of fixes, and the operators chose to close the residence and sell it.
So it was a slumlord place, and they're like, we're not updating this, and now it's going to become a hotel.
Yeah, so they acquired the property.
Oh, I know where this is at.
At 1321 Southwest Washington Street in 2024 for a mere $1.5 million.
That's a bargain.
It is close to Crystal Ballroom, which is, of course, McMenamins, and the Crystal Hotel.
That's not far from us.
So they are now referring to this as Rock and Roll Row.
So this isn't going to be like a venue. It's just going to be a hotel.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
They already got the venue.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, we have a... I wonder if this is going to be like one of those kind of boutique, because we had a couple of those down there. They're kind of smaller rooms, but it's kind of, they do like the hip, trendy thing.
63 rooms, a gift shop, 3 restaurants and bars, and a sky bridge that will link it to the Crystal Ballroom.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
A place to pre-funk.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not staying there, you know.
Yeah.
They're devout alcoholics.
Oh wait, I would never do that.
But have you ever been to like Moxie's one of these, the Sentinel's another one? You know, they're hotels, but with a little more of a fun vibe.
So if you want to know where this is, it's where Scooters is. Since we're devout alcoholics, you guys know Scooters. Yeah. We used to go do Jello shots in there.
It is. I was in Scooters a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good little dive bar.
Yeah. The bar.
On the backside.
The bar we were drinking at was closing, and so it was like, "Hey, where are we going next?" And someone said, "We're going to Scooters."
They're devout alcoholics.
Yeah, you go to Scooters. It's a late night spot.
It is a late night spot. It's a little cramped, but you know.
Yeah, when you get in there, it's like, oh man, my night's gone off the rails.
I do enjoy when you're navigating the city by bars. Like when someone's like, "Where's that at?" and you're like, "It's over by," and it's usually a bar.
Yeah, it's Scooters.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Scooters.
You know where yours is at? It's just right on the other side of that. You're fine. Yeah.
Boy, yours. Oof. Oof. Went in there years ago.
Yeah.
Had a buddy that used to hang out in there. Like, why do you, of all the bars you could pick, I mean, I'm sure it's great now, but.
You can play cheap pool there.
Yes, you can, Sakanic.
No.
What a ringing endorsement.
A lot of times people
put your quarters on the felt.
People are looking for
like you did in college.
Cheap drinks and
I get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheap drinks. I don't know if you need to go to yours to get them, but
dude, that's not the worst.
No, it's not.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
There's worse.
Yeah. Been to the Yam Hill?
I have.
Yeah.
Been in there.
Yeah,
that's the one in Northwest over there.
Buckle up.
Yeah. With the green awning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, been in there a few times.
That's like one of those, like, because oftentimes people will ask, like when they're in town.
They're devout alcoholics.
They'll be like, whoa, where do you want to go? I'll ask where they want to go, and they'll be like, oh, we'll go to a bar. And they always ask, well, what kind of bar do you want to go to?
Those guys are total losers.
And so by the way, this may have happened with the Advocates, and then you ask, like, what kind of bar, and they say dive bar, and then you have to clarify, how divey of a bar do you want to go to? Because there's stages. You can go to yours. You can go to Kelly's.
It's yours.
Yours.
Come on,
yours.
man.
Yours.
Respect.
You can go to Kelly's. But if you want to go, buckle up. You want to go, then you go to Yam Hill. You see that green awning, you don't know what you're going to find. So it's important to understand where the levels at which you're getting ready to go.
So they have no open date for the hotel, but they're renovating it.
Well, it's going to be cool.
And they're going to own basically the whole block.
Yeah.
Or that corner in here.
What do they call it? Rock and roll what?
Rock and roll row, baby.
Rock and roll row.
Bands will be out there in their tour buses getting all high.
It's better than a slumlord hotel that's been shut down.
And then what's that joint under the Crystal Ballroom where they have the snooker table?
Oh, yeah.
What's that one called?
Is that Ringler?
Ringlers maybe?
Ringlers or whatever?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Got that in there.
Yeah. Well, little places where you
you can go across the street and buy a record.
Yeah. It's nice when you have little pockets of stuff, throw those all together.
Yeah.
Whatever you think of McMenamins, because some people kind of crap on the food or whatever, they know how to put together a good venue.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Get some Cajun tots.
I think their food's fine.
Some people get a little
Yeah.
Some people get a little hoity-toity about it.
They are what they are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
When you go to a McMenamins. Yeah. Why you bitch about it?
But they got cool locations.
Yeah, got cool stuff on the walls.
Over like the Baghdad, they got like what is that? They got a little cigar bar right next door to that, and you can go to the backstage one. They got cool spots around Portland.
That's your in the news, March 12, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Coming up next, headlines, brackets, football news, Players Championship, so much more. Stay with us, won't you? This is The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan. Former Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, he is officially signing with the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a one-year deal, and in the contract, Murray will have a no-trade clause. Now, Murray's already owed $36.8 million by Arizona, so his one-year deal with the Vikings will be for the Veteran League minimum, but it makes it so Murray will be back on the free agent market in 2027. Some more NFL free agency news. Running back Rachaad White, he's agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He ran for 572 yards last year for the Bucs. The Raiders are telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded anymore in the aftermath of the failed effort to ship him to the Ravens for a pair of second-round picks. Seahawks trying to help replace Kenneth Walker III. They signed former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson to a one-year deal today. Miami of Ohio, they suffered their first loss of the season in college basketball in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament. They lost to UMass 87-83, makes them fall to 31-1 on the season. They were only the fifth team in men's Division I team this century to go undefeated during the regular season. Now, according to Joe Lunardi, they are firmly on the bubble and could be part of the first four despite having only the one loss. We'll find out what their fate is on Selection Sunday. And now that Team USA has advanced to the quarterfinals in the WBC, they are removing Clayton Kershaw from the roster, adding Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan. USA will take on Canada tomorrow from Houston. 5 p.m. first pitch, Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka on the mound. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Thursday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Sook's right over there.
Right here.
Look at him. You've got Stephen Vaughn over there. Stevie Brackets, as he's known this time of year. A lot going on today. The Players' Championship play has been suspended, so I gotta throw something out for you.
Okay, what do we got?
Darkness, because they had a rain delay earlier.
Yeah.
So there are. So I'm gonna bring Buck back into play here. Remember Buck?
Yeah. He always had his opening round leader was always his
first round leader.
Makes me sad.
He's the king of first round leader bets.
Yeah.
We are told he is at least top 53 this side of the Mississippi in pegging who will lead after the first round of golf tournament. He's amazing at it.
Did he have Maverick McNeely?
He did.
Did he really?
So here's the situation. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
So Mav McNeely, Lee Hodges, Sepp Straka, Sahith Theegala, and what's that guy's first name? Austin Smotherman are all 5 under. But, and I'm told, because Buck and I are always texting about golf, he has Mav McNeely and Sepp Straka.
Ooh.
So he will so they will split it 5 ways.
So he'll cash twice?
He'll cash twice.
Unless. So
here's what happened.
Yeah.
So they're all 5 under. Smotherman is on his last hole.
He's on 18.
And he has a 14-foot birdie putt.
Oh, my gosh.
To take the outright lead and be the first-round leader, but he has to wait to putt it until tomorrow.
And Buck does not have Smotherman.
He does not have Smotherman.
I've never heard of Austin Smotherman. And while I do want Buck to cash, you got to admit, if some dude named Smotherman hits this putt and screws Buck out of 2 cashing tickets, you got to admit.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Doesn't even sound real.
No,
it
Mr.
doesn't.
Smotherman?
Austin Smotherman?
He's about to be Smothermaned.
By the way, if this goes down, from here on out, Bad Beats will be getting Smotherman.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Oh, dude, you won't even. I had the under and I got Smotherman.
15-footer.
So he's going to have to wake up bright and early and just come off the range and one putt. Boy, Buck's going to be chewing nails.
Yep, one putt on the 9th hole. Elsewhere
because
today,
there's only a handful of guys that, like, most of the people have finished. There's only a handful.
I think he's the only one out there.
No, there was like 2 others because his playing group hasn't finished.
There's got to be 2 others, but who is it?
I'm looking at 2 guys that I've never.
They might have already putted out. Oh no, here we go. Oh,
Zach.
Yeah, those guys.
Who?
Never heard of them.
Yeah,
they're both 1 over.
Yeah.
So Rory did play. I didn't see what he shot, but it wasn't very good. He didn't.
They're actually losers.
Look very good out there. The big story is that Colin Morikawa backed out on the 2nd hole. He wrenched his back and he had to withdraw.
Shut it down. And if he withdrawn before and you bet on him, he was one of the betting favorites, they would have gone no countsies. But since he played, you're hooped. Boy, I'm scrolling. I don't see Rory.
Yeah, he was like 1 or 2 over.
Yeah.
Didn't play very well. In brackets, it's a pretty good game today. I feel like college basketball tournaments have been going on for the better part of 6 days, and we're only just now getting to decent matchups.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of the teams haven't even started. Like, this is their first time they've had to play a game because of all the buys in these big conferences.
Yeah, these conferences have like 20 teams in them now.
What do you mean good matchups?
Well, I mean,
I've
good
been in
matchup.
all week, man.
Yeah, what? What is the best matchup before today?
Long Island, Mercyhurst.
So 2 teams, Duke and Houston, are both losing at halftime.
Yeah, number 1 team in the country was down to Florida State.
Duke's losing 44-43. They had a couple injuries. Mm-hmm. And then BYU leading Houston 41-37 at half. Arizona won big today. Iowa State won big again. They beat Texas Tech. Washington almost upset Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Missed a 3-pointer at the buzzer to tie it. Tennessee beat Auburn, and Kentucky beat Missouri. There were some others. But the matchups get better and better here. So tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, you're going to get some delicious college basketball.
Kansas TCU tonight, and then a collision course, possibly BYU Kansas tomorrow in the Big 12 tournament. Let's go. By the way, Rory, 2 over on the day.
2 over
with the players.
Yeah, they said his back. He was swinging. He was like full send because he's had a back injury.
Yeah.
They didn't know if he was going to play. He was sending it, but they were talking on the broadcast like, looks like maybe it's bothering him to the point where he's
just keeping it loose for the TGL playoffs next week. That's all.
You think he's sandbagging?
He's sandbagging.
Him and Morikawa.
They're just getting ready for the big TGL.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
Smotherman's not in the TGL. Say that.
He's the hottest free agent though.
Who the hell is Austin Smotherman?
Hey, young guy. He's been playing well lately.
I heard Detroit's going after him.
He's a handsome lad.
Yeah, he's a little. I think he's my wife. I was watching golf the other day. My wife saw him.
Yeah.
And she went, ooh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I clicked on him, I did the same thing. I was like, "Ooh, Austin." By the way, he does seem like a prime candidate to be the number 1 pick for the new Detroit TGL team.
And then she said he looks like he's from Texas.
Yeah, he's from California, but he played at SMU apparently.
Yeah, so she kind of got it right.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was like, what does that even mean?
What is it? Yeah, you look like you're from Texas.
She's like, I don't know. He just got that look.
I think you're gonna
kind of looks like a cowboy.
I feel like you're gonna be role playing some Austin Smotherman this weekend.
Probably looks good in jeans.
Yeah, right. He looks like maybe he could rope a calf or something. You know.
Just don't get Smotherman out there, guys.
What else? Here are your NFL moves today. Kyler Murray goes to Minnesota.
I mean, this is the biggest move of free agency. It's not even close.
But we knew it was happening.
You know it was happening, and it's the best deal in the NFL right now. Whatever you think of Kyler Murray, realize that the Colts are paying for an Achilles torn Daniel Jones at $44 per year. The Minnesota Vikings are getting Kyler Murray at $1.3 million. It's the best value in sports. And considering that with Sam Darnold, the Vikings were a 13 or a 14 win team, this should be a big bounce back year for Murray and the Vikings. No offense to J.J. McCarthy.
Drake Greenlaw is back to the Niners.
Yeah.
After spending a year in Denver.
The Niners are kind of doing the Patriots thing of they're just trying to go out and get solid vets. They're doing kind of one year stopgaps because the Niners have some salary cap stuff, and so just trying to bring in pros and try to shore things up a little bit, and then hopefully stay healthy.
Cincinnati made a couple of moves. The Bengals retained Orlando Brown, left tackle.
He negotiated his own deal.
Look at that.
Yeah. Hey, save yourself somewhere between 4 and 8%.
But get far less.
Yeah. I think honestly now for a lot of these guys, the free agent contracts they're all slotted. Like we've talked about this. If you're a starting, each position has just a range. Whether you're the only difference would be like if you're trying to get a multi-year deal and kind of guarantees. But for the most part, these deals, when you see a 2-year deal, it's a 1-year deal. It's only the guaranteed money. And so these are just kind of all slotted in. And I don't know, there may be some language in there, but I think most of these guys hire an attorney to go over the language in it, and then they save themselves a bunch of money on the agent fees.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like his agent wasn't going to get him millions more.
Right. Cincinnati also gets Jonathan Allen, a defensive tackle who was let go by Washington.
No, I think he was let go by Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. So he goes to the Bengals 2-year deal. And Max Crosby says that he is back. He put out a statement on X, and he said, "Believe nothing you hear, and half of what you see. I'm a Raider. Well, I'm back. Run that S."
They may have to because I don't know what the market for is at this point. It's not 2 1s. So if you're the Raiders, and they say they have a lot of cap space. So they say they can fit everyone under. It's not a big deal. They had so much space going into it. It's just, can you make Max Crosby happy? And whether this is posturing and he gets moved later, it sounds like he's saying he's committed.
Can I call him out for another old man thing?
Absolutely.
That is something that bothers probably only me. He has capitalized every word in he has capitalized the first letter of every word in his statement.
Oh, just the first letter?
Yes.
So does that mean you're yelling, but only and then you're tailing off?
I don't know, but it drives me nuts. Can we not get a little grammar?
Have you seen Max Crosby?
I have.
Do you think Max is a
But is that a thing that
champion?
Does grammar really apply on Twitter or social media?
It's kind of.
Is that or is it kind of just
it's Thunderdome?
You're just being cheeky.
You're just being cheeky.
Use a lot of ellipses.
It does seem weird though that you would capitalize. Like that seems like a lot of extra work. Like you would think you would just turn on.
Yeah.
Caps lock.
Yeah, why is he doing that?
I don't know.
Does he think it's supposed to be like that, or is he doing bits?
Remember when Antonio Brown would tweet and it was like in hieroglyphics, like no one. Cam Newton was like this a little bit too.
Run dat.
Yeah.
Remember Run dat?
Boy, his stuff was.
D'Anthony Thomas.
Yeah.
All caps all the time.
Yeah. But at least that's just
pedal to the metal, Steven.
At least that is simply you just click a button and away you go. Whereas, doing the first letter in every word. Oh yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that he thinks that's how. It's a little bit like Trump.
Yeah. And maybe no one has told Max Crosby how punctuation and works.
He doesn't need to know though.
And he did. Why did he?
Still get sacks.
But he's not willing to spell out the S word. He used. He did the little Cubert sign, the asterisk for the I in the S word.
Because his other tweets are the same way too. He capitalized every word in all of his tweets.
But he won't. But he curses. But he blocks out the curse words.
A lot going on there.
Well, yes, he does. He has other tweets where he does not say the actual cuss word.
Family friendly, and apparently he likes The Undertaker.
Also, don't believe anything you hear.
But half of what you see.
Right.
But what half?
Yeah, which half?
You know what? I choose to do my own research. I saw a clip today because he tweeted out The Undertaker, and I don't know why this came across, but because he tweeted The Undertaker, and then someone replied with, apparently there was an interview of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I don't know when this occurred, but he said he doesn't believe in CTE.
Stone Cold doesn't?
Yeah, he's not a thing.
And Crosby?
I don't know. It was like one of those when I saw the Crosby tweet, and then like below it, like it feeds you other things. And for some reason, that was the next thing that came up. It was Max Crosby tweeting about The Undertaker and him being back and not believing what you see. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin saying that he just doesn't believe in CTE. And then I was like, am I supposed to believe that? And then upon further research, he did say that. And then someone said he's had enough of science. He can only believe so much science.
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't feel it. He's like, what is this CTE everybody's talking about? I feel fine.
Not a thing. So,
man,
I know that related to nothing, but that was like one of those every now and then on Instagram or Twitter, the road that something leads you down, you're like, what? I wasn't prepared for that today. But there it was.
It just escalates.
It just escalates.
Right before your eyes. And you have no control.
No.
All right, well, SGA did a thing. Let's talk about that coming up next on The Fan. Schedule throws you some good ones. And we have Nuggets Spurs tonight. And we also have Thunder Celtics, which is a pretty good little matchup.
It could be an NBA Finals preview.
Yeah. It's going to be on Prime.
I want to poo-poo it, but Wemby's out tonight.
Oh, God. The freaking NBA.
You finally said something. This is the first time you said something good about the NBA since I've been here.
Right.
Do we know why?
And you just took a steaming dump all over it.
Got something nagging, lingering? What do we...
ankle. Apparently.
Well, forget that. I'm not talking about the NBA.
Try it again, please. Killed all your enthusiasm.
No, I was going to talk about SGA. Did you see that he has 127 straight 20-point games?
Is that a record?
It is a record. As a matter of fact, he just broke the record. I believe it was Wilt that he tied, and he just broke it.
Is this where all the NBA guys crap on it because he's a foul monger?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't feel like.
But that's an amazing 127 straight 20-point games.
Yeah, he's averaging almost 32 a night. I just don't feel like anyone gives him the flowers that he deserves.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is it possible that the NBA MVP is actually underrated?
100%.
Because we just don't talk about him.
Well, he's the MVP. He's the defending NBA champion, and yes, and
he's now minus 800 to win back-to-back MVPs.
And everything you hear from, again, all I consume from the NBA is usually kind of more of the national voice stuff. And you would think that that would be who you're praising, but I hear more about Jaylen Brown than I do SGA. I certainly hear more about Wemby. You hear more about Jokic. I just feel like a lot of times people don't appreciate his game because it's viewed as kind of ugly.
He's not a high flyer. He's not going to be dunking on a bunch of people. He's going to be getting mid-range shots and drawing fouls, and I think that does hurt him a lot. The people say he plays an unethical way of basketball, but he is incredible.
Is it unethical?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
haven't guys, all the stars do this.
Everybody does, yeah. I think
Dwayne Wade was the king of that.
Yeah, I think in most sports you're going to overemphasize every single foul when you get fouled. So I don't have a problem with it. He's unbelievable.
He certainly hunts for him. You can find videos of him kicking out the leg, and he certainly is a guy that he
searches for it.
He gets to the free throw line, but he's averaging 32. We're at 32-6. 32-6 and 5. Yeah.
Like shooting over 50%.
I guess maybe is part of it that Oklahoma City is just so good.
I think they're good. I think they're good, and they're kind of boring.
I also think the fact that they're in Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
that and they play great defense.
Right.
I think when you it's a little bit like when San Antonio won theirs. Like people didn't want to give them their flowers either, and Tim Duncan was viewed as a boring superstar, and they didn't really like his game. And there's Ginobili and Parker, and it's just. I think Oklahoma City is on the verge of that, and if they do go back to back, it'll be pulling teeth to get anyone to call them one of the all-time great teams. But how many wins did they have last year? 60 whatever.
8? I don't know. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, take a look at that. And then this year they came out of the gate and there was talk of they're gonna win 70. And it didn't quite work out that way, and they kind of cooled off a bit.
68.
But they won 68 games. And they're going to win 60 plus again. And if they do go back to back, you watch it. There will be people that will. Getting anyone to give them credit from a national media voice is going to be tough. It's not a team that people like to attaboy. Whereas if the Celtics win it this year, oh my God, buckle up. Is the Jaylen Brown will be the next one that they will elevate. If Boston wins, already you're hearing people that are saying Jaylen Brown should be the MVP, not SGA or not Jokic. And if Boston comes back and they win it, the Tatum Brown thing, my God.
It'll be interesting to see if San Antonio beats Oklahoma City, what the talking point is there, because I do think the media would start boosting up Wemby way more than they do SGA.
Yes.
When I think you could argue SGA is still a better player at this point. But yeah, it's just because he's not exciting. Like, we've seen guys that are 6'5", 6'6", be able to shoot mid-range jumpers. We haven't seen a guy like Wemby. We haven't seen a guy like Giannis or all these type of guys. So it's harder to root for them.
There lies a good one. That when Giannis won his, it immediately was Giannis is the best player in the NBA. And look, he may have been. Giannis is incredible. But when Giannis won his, it was immediately like, oh my God, here's Giannis. And if Wemby wins one, it will immediately be he's the future of the NBA. Even Jokic, when he won his, it was begrudging, but it was like, okay, Like this is something unique and special. Best passing big men, all that. When SGA won his, everyone just kind of went.
Like even with Jokic, I think Jokic is the best player in the NBA. He still doesn't get enough love because he's a slow, chubbier white guy, and so people don't want to give him credit. But he makes so much impact on the court. It's insane. But just because he doesn't dunk all the time, we're not going to give him credit.
Yeah, we haven't. Like, who's the last MVP that maybe it was Giannis, the last MVP that we really were like, yeah, oh my God, this guy's unbelievable. It's probably Giannis.
It was Giannis.
But before that, it was Harden.
Yeah, but Harden
but he got fouled all the time. People hated it.
Harden's got a little bit of the SGA thing where people are like, in the playoffs it doesn't work. And
do you got to go back to like Curry, Durant, LeBron?
Yeah,
they were
like those guys.
Yeah,
this was never a talking point.
No,
but now you've got all this. I don't know. It's weird
because like when Durant won, we were like, oh, this might be the best scorer of all time.
Yes.
Yeah,
like scoring basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
Steph
Curry, the best
by
shooter
far best
of all
shooter.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, LeBron, the best player of all time. Yeah. Now we've got.
Yeah, SGA will. If SGA goes back to back, people are going to view it like which is silly, but they're gonna say that this is like when Nash went back to back. But SGA is gonna win. He already won an NBA title, and he may win another one. But I'll bet you
win more than.
I'll bet you he doesn't win the MVP.
You don't think so? He's minus 800 right now.
We'll see what happens. I don't think people.
Who do you think wins? Wemby?
You could go Wemby. The Jokic thing. Obviously, there's fatigue there too because he's already won 3 of them. Mm-hmm. So maybe
Yeah, right now it's Shea at minus 900.
Gosh.
Wemby's plus 1,500. Jokic plus 2,000, and then you get all the way down to like Cade Cunningham plus 5,000.
I don't think NBA writers want to give SGA.
I'll tell you what,
but maybe they're
I don't either.
Forced
but
to.
If he plays enough games, they have to give it to him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's amazing.
Begrudgingly, they will.
127 straight 20 points. Like, you didn't have a night where you got hurt. You didn't have a night where you just couldn't make anything.
Yeah. Well, he was banged up and missed some games, but yeah, he obviously didn't play.
You didn't have a night where you just were off.
Yeah.
Like, he's just never.
And I think
he's auto.
I think the idea too is that you're going to get 8 to 10 from the free throw line every time, so that helps.
I tell you what, Wembanyama at plus 1,500 MVP. That's not. If he finishes strong?
If Shea misses games, yes. But Wemby has to play enough games too. He's probably close to that threshold of not playing enough games.
Are they riding him to the finish line slowly?
I think they need to.
Kind of.
They need him for the playoffs.
Yeah. So. Pacing their horse.
Yeah.
All right. Well. I like Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I got no issue with Oklahoma City.
They're very, very watchable basketball.
Yeah, and no one's really hateable. I mean, they don't really. Does anyone really rub you the wrong way? But if they win enough, Dort tries to hurt everybody.
Yeah, he tries to hurt people.
I love Dort.
There's a great highlight clip going around of just Lou Dort falling on the legs of the best player in the NBA.
That's the problem. He doesn't do it to the best players. He doesn't do it to
Yeah.
He
Chris
knows what
Murray.
he's doing. Chris Murray, poor guy.
Sorry, Chris.
All right, a little college football news coming up next, what the SEC is trying to do. But first, Stephen with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, quarterback Kyler Murray makes it official today. He signs a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, in the deal, he has a no-trade clause. And with Murray already owed $36.8 million by the Cardinals, his 1-year deal with the Vikings will be a veteran league minimum. Murray will be back on the free agent market in 2027, where he could get an absolutely huge payday if he plays well for the Vikings. Some more NFL news. Running back Rachaad White, he has agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He rushed for 572 yards last year with the Bucs. The Raiders, they are telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded in the aftermath of the failed effort to ship him to the Ravens for a pair of first-round picks. Seahawks, they're trying to recover after losing Kenneth Walker III. They signed former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson, 1-year deal worth up to $2.1 million. Earlier today, Miami of Ohio's men's basketball team, they suffered their first loss of the season in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament. They lost 87-83. They now fall to 31-1. They were the 5th team in men's Division I team this century to go undefeated during the regular season, and according to Joe Lombardi, they are strictly on the bubble. We'll see what happens on their fate on Selection Sunday. Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, they have advanced, luckily, to the quarterfinals after losing to Italy, but they are making a couple moves. They're removing Clayton Kershaw from the roster. They're adding Twins pitcher Joe Ryan. USA does take on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. first pitch, Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
All right, we got some SEC news today, and this was to be expected. I'm surprised it took them this long. But they are now saying that they are tired of the NCAA's lack of oversight, and the SEC is considering its own in-house governance and enforcement model.
Yeah. I don't know what that would exactly do as far as, I mean, are they just basically saying we're going to do our own thing and not play you guys, or we're going to play you guys but still have our own thing?
Well, they sort of have to play,
you would think,
other schools, but I just feel like, I mean, this is another example of the SEC, and certainly the Big Ten will be not far behind in this, I would imagine.
You would think.
These two are in lockstep on this. It's like, we want a rule.
Yeah.
And so...
Because there are no rules right now, and
exactly.
Meanwhile, you got that ridiculous grandstanding thing that we had at the White House, that round table, which was just the dumbest thing in the world, where, you know, we're looking for some sort of executive order, which isn't going to hold up in court. I mean, you literally have people that have no idea about college basketball saying, we'll just go back to the way it was. Well, and we'll just appeal the court's decision. The Supreme Court already ruled on it. So no one's serious about this. So unless you can get something passed through Congress, someone in the NCAA has to take charge, and no one appears to be doing it. And it sounds like the SEC may just go rogue, but then there were other reports that I think it was Heather Dinich that had, where a lot of people are tired of the SEC throwing their weight around, and they're getting ready to say, F them. You know, then if you do this, get ready for the rest of us to not have anything to do with you. So it's a really weird, rough time right now with no leadership, no and really no end in sight.
Yeah, I feel like the government, somebody is going to have to step in. Okay?
Yeah.
Because unless you want to just let the SEC and the Big Ten run everything.
Yeah. Which apparently no one does.
Well, no, if you're not in the SEC or the Big Ten. So that's why I think if the government doesn't, and I'm not talking about what you're talking about. I totally agree. The grandstanding thing about, I'm going to fix college, whatever. I'm talking about Congress, who's been on this for a while. Mm. They're going to push the NCAA out. It's just, and so we can either let the SEC and the Big Ten do it themselves, and then they decide what it looks like moving forward, or you come up with something from Congress that makes it so that there's a new structure and a new governing body.
So it sounds like they're trying to revive the SCORE Act, which completely got shot down last time. Sounds like the other one is who's the Texas Tech booster, Cody Campbell? Yeah. So supposedly he's going to be the one to write the executive order from Trump. He'll write it, and then Trump will say, hey, here's what it is. But that's already been said a million times over, that the moment that happens, it's just going to you're going to sue, and the Supreme Court already ruled on it. So that's not going to make any sort of difference. So unless you can get the Republicans and the Democrats to get together and actually pass antitrust laws, I don't know I really don't see an end other than eventually collectively being bargained. But even that's a whole thing, because how do you get that many universities, how many conferences to come together and agree on one thing? So I have no idea where this ends, but it is a mess.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I don't.
I guess you just see what the SEC and the Big Ten come up with, and hopefully schools like, I don't know, I'm thinking like the Big 12 schools, or like a Texas, like you mentioned, or whomever can play in the reindeer games because they need them to play games against, and you make money. Yeah,
I can't even fathom where this goes. The simplest thing is Congress passes anti-trust legislation, but there's no semblance that anything like that can get pushed through, because we can't be bipartisan on anything. I still believe that the whole strategy in this by the NCAA was to let this get so chaotic that government was forced to act. I think that is ultimately their plan, because it's the only logical solution outside of collectively bargaining, which they don't want. That's the only thing that you could say puts any sort of cap on this. But if that grandstanding thing that we had a week or two ago, that meeting, is any indication, we're so far from anything that makes legal sense and getting it through that it seems a pipe dream at this point that legislation will actually happen.
Yeah, it sure does. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you let the SEC and what would it... Okay, let's just go back. Let's keep it simple. SEC says, you know what? We're going to do our own enforcement, and we're going to have our own code, and we're going to have our own thing. Does anything really change? They still have to play the college football playoffs in place.
Yeah.
Short of them saying, hey, we're not going to play in anyone, they're not going to say, we're going to go do our own thing and not play you and not play in the college football playoff. They're not going to say that. So they're still playing. For fans, they're still playing in the college football playoff. They're still playing other teams that aren't in the SEC. So what's the difference?
I think I still don't know. And again, I'm not saying I'm the most informed person on this, but I do try to read up, and I'm fascinated by this. If the SEC breaks away and they do try to come up with rules and the players don't like them, they can still sue. That's the problem in all this. Is that anytime someone has tried to put any sort of restrictions on anything, you lose in court because they're trying to stop fair market value. There's a whole thing going on right now. I don't know if you've seen it, but so the NIL clearinghouse that they developed is supposed to determine what is and isn't a real NIL deal. And the NCAA is having to admit that the system that they created is not meant for this. It's being flooded with these deals. And they can't keep up with it. So there's all these backlogs, and the ones that are getting turned down are already being appealed, aka lawsuits. And so I don't even know if the SEC decides to break away unless the SEC just says, hey, we're not going to cap anything as far as money goes, and we're just going to try to enforce university policy. I don't know how that still doesn't end up with court challenges left and right. It's just... And I know people get frustrated about that, and they're saying, why can't we go back to the old way? But there's not an industry in America that you can do what you want with labor and not have labor have a voice. And yet that's what we're trying to do with these athletes. We're trying to tell them, well, we're setting what's fair market value. And that doesn't work. Imagine your boss saying, hey, I want to pay you $250,000 a year. And some government agency saying, nope, fair market value for that is $150. And you can't make any more than that. That's what we're facing here. And the real interesting thing about it is all of this could be solved if the universities and the boosters could control themselves and to stop giving people overinflated money. I mean, when you think about it, the crazy thing is the problem stems from no one can control their spending. It's like, this Cody Campbell guy at Texas Tech wants to write this executive order to save college sports. He's one of the ones killing college sports because he's dumping millions upon millions of dollars at his athletes. If everyone in college football got together and just said, hey, we're putting a cap on this. No one's going to spend more than $15 million on our roster, and no one's going to give any of these athletes more than $3 million a year in NIL. And we're all going to shake hands on it, and this is what we're going to do. Problem stops tomorrow. It's overdone. Everything's great. But they won't. Because the moment you do it, someone from the SEC that's complaining about this will be like, well, that's unfair. I want to give this kid $4 million. And so I struggle to have any sort of sympathy for these clowns because they want someone to fix a problem that they created and that they keep making worse because they can't control their spending habits. And then they cry poor and they cry, oh, woe is me. It's the athlete's fault, these greedy athletes.
Yeah, here. I mean, I don't know what to say other than I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch it unfold. Seriously, it's a surprise at every turn.
Yeah. Tommy Tuberville, the old coach at Auburn, who's now, I don't know if he's a congressman, I think for the state of Alabama. He was on there and he was having some sort of hearing, and he said he wants to go back to the one transfer. You get one transfer, and after that, you get punished. And one of the Democrats said, okay, is that true for coaches too? And Tuberville even smiled and was like, yeah, you got me there. Because that's the thing. They want to put all these rules on kids about where they can and can't go, how much they can make, what's legit, what's not. But the moment you bring up AD pay or coaches pay or the number of coaches that can be paid or when a coach can leave and when he can't leave, all of a sudden things get real sticky and real uncomfortable.
All right. Well, we solved nothing. And
now, I do wonder real quick, could the SEC get together and collectively bargain with its own
league?
thing? Yes. Could they get together and say, when you join an SEC school, you join the SEC union?
Would they want to do that?
It would solve the problem.
It would solve what problem?
Lawsuits and everything else. They could actually create enforceable rules. The SEC could sit down and create their own set of bylaws and rules that would be enforceable, that all the universities would be forced to follow, but it would have to be bargained.
But it would, bingo. Then that's what you said, that why it wouldn't happen in the first place.
They don't want it.
We're back to square one.
I'm just saying.
Well, they just want it in their in terms that favors them.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to come up with something fair.
No,
they're going to come up with something that benefits them.
And even if we get any of this dumb crap that someone tries to push through, we're just going to go back to the black bag days, the McDonald's bags. If you tell a school that
brown,
I guess the black briefcase or the brown sack, because if you tell Auburn that they can't pay a kid $1.2 million in NIL money to get him to come there, do you think there's any way you can only pay him $600,000? And the kid's like, well, I'm going to go somewhere else for 1.2. You don't think that Auburn's going to find a way to make sure that the extra $600,000 gets in the kid's pocket? So all you're doing by this is you're going to drive it back underground. So, it's just, there isn't anyone that has any real credibility in this. I thought Nick Saban, who I appreciate and respect, I thought he made an absolute ass clown of himself at that government hearing when he was crying he literally had the nerve to bring up academics.
I hope we elect to kick ass is
Nick
what
Saban,
I hope we do.
Nick Saban had the nerve to go up there and say no one's talking about academics anymore. Are you kidding me, Nick? You and academics? You're still an idiotic moron.
Well, that's how he feels.
And we're supposed to believe that when Nick Saban was winning national titles at Alabama, no one was getting paid. I mean, you lose all credibility when you refuse to acknowledge that the old system that you had was corrupt and you paid everyone. It just was under the table.
What if they started a tree planting company?
There you go. Everyone gets their own little, own little piece of the
There's
pie.
ways.
Yeah.
All right. That I got to tell you, that whole topic gives me tired head.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. It frustrates me because no one's willing to actually talk about real sensible solutions.
Right. And so then, yeah, exactly. And that probably won't change. So we're going to move on.
Unless Ted Cruz and some Democrats can get together and come up with something that makes sense.
Hey, this Houston BYU game's bananas.
Yeah, this thing's good.
Good little ball game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does this give you confidence that your boys, I mean, they're not winning, but...
They're not winning, but yes.
Playing hard, playing well.
Yes.
It's close.
This makes me happy.
Good little team.
Good little team.
Good little team.
Good little team.
I'd like a Sweet 16 run.
I think it depends on your draw.
If they get Miami in the first round, I think you're feeling good.
If they get to the Sweet 16, this is a phenomenal year for BYU
I think BYU... Well,
that's all I need.
Let's come back and talk about
Sweet
it,
16.
okay? And we'll wrap it up on the Fan. BYU Houston coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
Your boys, you were saying you wanted a Sweet 16 and you'd be happy.
Yes, they're not good enough to really make any sort of noise when they've played better.
Disagree.
When they've played better teams, they've been outclassed pretty much every time. They have one good win all year.
But here's where I disagree. I think the tournament's weird because a lot of it is about draw. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, yes, if they get paired up, it depends on what seed line they're on. But if they meet, like I'm looking at the 1s and 2s, like if they run into Houston again in the Sweet 16, if they run into Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Florida, I think they lose.
Yeah.
But trust me, as a Kansas fan, I've been through this a million times. You could get a good matchup. You win your first round game. You have the best player in the country.
Yes.
Okay, you should win your first round game. You're going to be favored.
Yep.
The second round, if you get a draw, it's all about your draw. I think BYU is very draw dependent. If they get, say, like we were talking about the other day, they're opposite. Let's say they're a 7, they're opposite 3 seed Nebraska. You can absolutely beat Nebraska or Vanderbilt or one of these less strong 3 seeds. And then what if your 2 seed gets upset? What if Troy knocks off, I don't know, Michigan State or something, and all of a sudden you may be singing a different tune.
Book your Final Four tickets now. That's what I hear.
Particularly with DeBonta. I mean, he always gives you a chance.
All I'm saying is, if BYU were to make it into the Sweet 16, I think that is a roaring success. Like, now that you can spend money, they're getting recruits. They've got arguably the best recruit in the country. He's been everything you could want. He is talking about staying, by the way. Hint,
oh,
hint.
my
God. I know. But to me, a Sweet 16 for a school like BYU, it just doesn't happen. So, look, if you get to the Sweet 16 and you, like you said, you run into a 3 seed like Nebraska or whatever, that'd be your second round game. I'm saying if you get to the Sweet 16 and your 2 seed in your bracket or your 1 seed in your bracket gets knocked off, it opens up for you. But that's great. You're playing with house money. I don't care.
The good thing about it is Robert Wright's been playing a lot better.
That's good.
And then DeBonsta is awesome. So it's like you could have the 2 best perimeter players on the court.
They're 3 points right now in 3 down against Houston. Their bench has 4 points.
Right.
We only play like 7 guys. Like they do not. I'm realistic.
Those 2 guys are going to have to go nuclear.
They are not beating Michigan State. They are not beating those teams. They're not beating. It's not happening.
I don't think they're beating a lot of the elite teams. I'm with you on that. But you have the best player in the country, and if things fall your way, you might be singing a different tune. In other words, they get to the Sweet 16 and they're playing Utah State, and you're going, "Oh my God, how did they not win?" And now you're pissed off. You're like, this wasn't enough." You know what I'm saying? When a week ago you said Sweet 16's enough. So it all depends on the draw.
I said this about the Ducks in football. I believe at this point in the year, you're what you put on tape. Right? Like when they were playing Indiana, anyone that would listen, I was like, Oregon's not going to beat Indiana. When they play teams like this, they don't look good. BYU has played a lot of good teams in the Big 12, and with the exception of 1 game against Iowa State, they don't look good. They have failed that. So to me, I'm not expecting all of a sudden the tournament to happen, and then without arguably their second best player who's out for the year and no bench to speak of, we play 7 guys and those 2 other players don't score. I'm not expecting all of a sudden for you to be a different team than you are all year.
I do love the fact that it's just like opening day in baseball. It's like you got a shot. March Madness, you got a shot.
Well,
you can talk yourself into anybody.
You
into
sure
the
can.
Sweet 16 second weekend.
Because again, the bracket changes. Like that's the difference. Nobody's saying BYU is all of a sudden going to get hot. What we're saying is you never know how your bracket's going to fall.
It's true.
And that stuff.
A Florida Atlantic knocks off a 1 seed as an 8 seed, and there you go.
You just never know. Yeah. And maybe you get a matchup where you got a team that absolutely cannot handle DeBonta. I mean, that will happen at some point in the tournament. Most of those big boy teams can handle DeBonta, or at least make it tougher on him, but some of them can't.
No, the thing that gives me hope is the best player in the country plays for BYU, and that is. I can't believe that.
That's how I feel.
Wow.
He's awesome too.
He is phenomenal.
64-58. Yeah. The Houston Cougars have unhinged their jaw.
If only he had any help. Because again, every time he touches the ball, he's got 2 and 3 guys coming at him. And
well, like you said, Steven said, Robert Wright, your boy from Baylor, playing a little better.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's kind of overrated.
Where's Schultzy with it? He's fine.
That's right here, my friend. Don't you? Oop. It's around here somewhere. There it is.
I'm fine.
4 points.
Nah.
4 points off the bench. That's what we get. 4 points.
I'm fine.
And by the way,
Those
that's
guys
not
are total losers.
That's not uncommon.
No, you guys don't
when
have
you look
any
through the, When
depth.
you look through the box score and you look down at the bench, you're like, oh my God.
Maybe they should just play DeBonta, and that's it. Would that be better?
Can we clone him? Don't worry, he's coming back next year. He said it. He said he wants to come back.
That Ted Williams was on to something. We'll get to that next on The Fan.
It's all about.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, former Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. He is officially signing with the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be a one-year deal. Murray has a no-trade clause in the deal as well. With Murray already owed $36.8 million from Arizona, his one-year deal with the Vikings will be for the veteran league minimum. But if he plays well, he'll be back on the free agent market in 2027, looking to cash in once again. Some more NFL free agency news. Running back Rachaad White, he has agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He ran for just under 600 yards last year for the Bucs. Raiders, they're telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded in the aftermath of the failed effort to trade him to the Ravens for a pair of first-round picks. He's staying in Vegas. The Seahawks, they're signing former Packers running back Emmanuel Wilson, one-year deal worth up to $2.1 million. College hoops, Miami of Ohio, they suffered their first loss of the season today in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament. They lost to UMass 87-83, falling to 31-1 on the season. They are the fifth men's Division I team this century to go undefeated during the regular season. Now, according to Joe Lunardi, the Red Hawks are right on the bubble. Could be part of the first four, could be the last seeds in, but we will find out their fate this Sunday on Selection Sunday. And Team USA, they advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC thanks to Italy, and they are removing Clayton Kershaw from the roster, adding Twins starting pitcher Joe Ryan. They take on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. first pitch will be Logan Webb for USA, Mike Soroka for Canada. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Eyes are very important to me.
Girl, you
Go ahead
something
and
else.
climb out of my ass for a while.
Right in the butt. I think it's really sexy.
Bro.
If we're playing Trivial Pursuit, it was the bastard brown section that no one wants. Like,
We apologize.
It's time for the club, baby. On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
All right. Hi. I am not.
You're not. You're not
Bye,
him.
bitch. What?
Oh, that's one of those dumb things. Like, I'm him. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
braggy sort
I
of
am
thing.
him.
I am him.
You know who is him? Andrew Nemec. I
Oh,
see him in there. He's
coming up next.
Yep. He's coming up.
Anyone that says I am him, by the way, you certainly are not.
My son says it all the time.
Yeah, that means he's not him.
Really?
Yeah, you don't.
Every second.
Now, what would make him say that? Give me an example.
He's got the Riz, man.
If he's playing a video game and he wins, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm him." Or if he they always try to pretend to dunk on me, so like they just run up and like jump on my back and pretend to dunk on me, and then they'll say, "I'm him."
Unearned confidence is a hell of a thing.
Super annoying.
Love some unearned confidence.
God, kids are the worst.
Well, adults are just as bad.
Yeah, that's true. But not all of them.
No.
I would say all kids are the worst.
Do females have as much? Because I feel like males dominate unearned confidence. Do girls?
I think they're out there.
Are they her? I'm her.
Yeah, 'cause I think most girls always like kind of. They like to crap on themselves, but now like the girls that go out, like the girls all think they're like supermodels. So maybe they are starting to get some of that.
Well, they feel good about themselves, have a little swagger. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to.
As a guy, you have to have a little confidence because I'm not the best looking guy, but if I have good confidence,
that's right. That's right. Well, confidence never hurt anybody. Come on, Sakanic.
I am
him.
Nah.
I try not to have unearned confidence. I've said it, like every guy thinks they can grill the perfect steak, thinks that they're Mario Andretti behind the wheel, the world's greatest lover, and in any fight they see red and then it doesn't matter, they'll just beat everyone's
under
ass.
promise, over deliver.
Yes. Oh, and they're really good at shooting guns. That's the other one too. Oh man, I got my gun. Have you ever shot it? I don't need to.
We got beef already, Jason?
I just know instinctually I'll pull out my gun and I'll be able to hit anything. There's a lot of weird that male ego. Like you see all those stats all the time. Is like most males think that they can like beat, what is it, like a lion or something? Like they'll like kill it.
Come on, dude.
There's all these stats that like guys think they can land an airplane. Guys think they can fight off all these like wild animals. They're actually losers. There's all kinds of those surveys where guys. I think our number one thing that we do in this country is have unearned confidence.
I did see in Men's Health here. I just Googled that real quick.
Yeah.
And Men's Health has a story. 10% of men believe they can beat a lion in a fist fight.
There you go. Yeah.
10% though.
Fat
Yeah, that's not that many.
It's
10% too much.
10% too much.
That's fair.
So if 10% a lion, what are we thinking cougar? Like 40, 50%? A mountain lion? Like how far down the animal chain do you have to go before a guy's like, I got this? When, by the way, the answer is a dog will rip your ass apart. You go find some average schnook, and I go find you a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull and say, hey, you go deal with that, see what happens. The dog's going to rip your throat out, but I'm going to see red. And once I do, it's over.
Don't try me.
Bring it on, dog.
I'm him.
I'm him.
I'm going to start using that.
Yeah, chat.
I was in the military 25 years ago. What? High school, man, check the tape. I rocked. You're like,
I can lift so much, bro.
I worked out with a dumbbell today.
See me in the gym today?
I'll kick your ass. A lot of unearned confidence out there. 10%, a lion. I think the animal, like maybe chicken. I think that's probably like where most guys should land. And honestly,
I don't know about that.
I was going to say some of those fighting roosters.
I don't want to handle one.
They'll pack, dude.
Yeah. They're
I'm
squirrely.
Out. I'm out.
Dude, the one cockfight that I had, I'm not certain I could have taken that thing. That thing came flying across the ring, beat the hell out of my bird, and guess who wasn't jumping in to stop it? Me. That thing was vicious.
I once made a pretty good investment into a little hedge fund. You guys think that's pretty hot? Or? Yeah?
Spit on that thing.
I would say house cat, but I think that cat's going to scratch the hell out of you, too.
Yeah, you got to watch them.
Go pick up a house cat. See what that... If you tried to pick up one of your cats and it didn't want to be...
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
And that always goes through your mind. I pick them up from time to time. And, yeah, you always like, is he going to let me do this? And typically he does. But
yeah.
If he didn't want to, yeah, it would be bad for my eyes. And my eyes are very important to me. No. What on earth was that?
Said cat noise.
My eyes are very important to me.
That is not cat noise.
Well, if your eyes are important to you, don't pick up a cat that doesn't want to be picked up.
No. Was that Sook trying to be a cat?
It was Cam Cleveland.
Cleveland. Wow.
A lot of cat noises. Dude, my dog is like the sweetest thing. He's such a sweetheart, but I often think about it. Like, if he wanted to, if he just wakes up one day and chooses violence, I don't know what I'm going to do. The thing's a freaking bear. It's just...
We do have a guy on the text line who says, I'm conceding the rest, but I can cook a steak. I'll just lick you. So, in your
Well,
face.
that's good.
Yeah.
I think I can cook a very average steak.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not bragging about my...
You're fine.
I'm fine.
Right?
Whatever. I can get it off the grill and
push.
You'll eat it.
I'll tell you right now, we're not getting any. You're not getting it the way you want it. It's coming the way it's. Like if you told me you want it medium, well, how about we both guess when it's coming off the grill?
You can't cook meat. If I come over for a steak, you can't make it to the temperature that I like.
I can try.
I'm fine.
I would ask for another one if you overcooked it.
Well, that's not going to happen. The chances of me...
I'm out of there.
The chances of me pulling the steak off of the Blackstone the way you want it, like to where you would be like, this is what I want, you're 50-50 at best.
Sucker. If I said, hey, Sook, mid-rare, okay, babe? And pour me another, huh? While I wait?
I'll pour you one. Now, if you ask for it well done, you got it. I can cook you a well-done steak. I'll burn the hell out of it.
It just gets to a point where
it's done. But if you wanted rare, medium, or medium rare, why don't we just spin the wheel of grab ass and see which one happens?
It's actually pretty neat.
I think what would happen is I would take it off early, and if it wasn't to your liking, I could always put it back on. But there would probably be a trial and error.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess I'm not coming to your restaurant.
No.
I have expectations.
Like you do the temperature probe and all that on yours?
I don't even have a grill, dude.
Oh, yeah. So what are you talking about?
I'm just saying I'm coming over to your house and I expect my steak to be cooked properly.
No, it's not happening.
Little bitch.
Nope.
And I want some delicious wine. Although I'll bring that.
You bring the wine.
Yeah, I'll bring that. You cook me a steak, I'll bring the wine. Yeah. Just make it to my liking.
I'd like to, and this is the thing. I feel the same way when I drive. I am not a terrible driver, but I am not Steve McQueen out there. So just know that when you flip me off and you're very angry, realize I don't want to be doing that either. I'm trying my best. But,
I get it. Yeah, I've ridden with you. You're not the best driver.
No, but I'm not the worst. I'm just driving.
You're not.
No,
we should have driver rankings.
Well, it's not. I'm not number one.
I'm not either.
I'm honest about it. Like if we're driving and we're gonna go somewhere, we're on an hour-long trip, and someone's like, "Do you want to drive?" My answer is gonna be no. If you want me to, I will. But I'm not doing anything behind the wheel that's going to impress you. I have a nice car. Does that do anything for you? It's a nice car, but that's about the all I'm going to get. If you're
not like racing, what is impressive about driving? Like, do people look at other people driving and go, "Wow, that's Steven"?
I think the idea is if we're driving an hour,
one hell of a driver.
If we're driving an hour, there is a good chance that I'm going to do something that's going to elicit a honk or a middle finger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Sure.
Yeah. My wife's a pretty good driver, I have to say. Yeah. But I also hate it because she's slow.
Yeah. Better than you?
Well, I think in the eyes of, it's all, who's the judge? Better than me in my eyes, the way I like to drive?
Yeah,
no, not even close. But in the eyes of the public, yes, she's a better driver.
Yeah.
She's very good.
See?
Yeah. She's very attentive. Mine's all her P's and Q's. Doesn't go too slow. Doesn't go too fast. But to me, she's a little, I don't know. I like to cut corners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm very honest about my
Drive
stakes.
through a yard or two.
I think my stake and my driving are very similar. It's not going to be the worst you've ever had, but I don't think you're going to be impressed by it in any stretch of the imagination. You would not want to eat the steak, and you would not want to drive with me, but
I've had better.
Yeah, look, if this is the Fast and the Fury, no one is putting me in charge of jumping the Lamborghini from one skyscraper to another.
You're no Vin Diesel.
No, I am no Vin Diesel. I don't even think I'm Tyrese. I'm whatever. Look, I would not be allowed in the Fast and the Fury. They'd be like, no.
All right, we got to move it along here. All right. So Ted Williams is his head is frozen. Did you know that?
Yeah, got stuck to a tuna can at one point.
Well, apparently that's going pretty well.
The tuna can?
No. His frozen head.
Someone peeled it off. We're like, thank God, Ted.
You piece of garbage!
And I have Colin Cowherd news.
Oh, right. Hot news.
Coming up next on The Fan.
It's time for the
So I've got Colin Cowherd news coming up here momentarily. But first I want to tell you about frozen brains. So Ted Williams froze his head.
Didn't Disney do that too, or did he do the whole body?
I don't know.
He's frozen.
Well, a lot of people have frozen their bodies. I think.
I know Williams, it's just the head, but Walt Disney is also frozen. I don't know. He may have done the whole kit and caboodle.
Well, this says...
I'd rather just do the head, because if they can fix it, then it can probably give me a cool new robot body. Like, why would I want like an old man wrinkly body?
Give you a hot body.
Yeah.
Some abs.
Yeah, let's go.
For decades, the concept of cryopreservation has been rooted in the realm of science fiction, a staple plot device for sending characters on voyages into the future. A seemingly insurmountable challenge has been freezing complex biological tissue, particularly the brain, without causing catastrophic, irreversible damage.
Well, then can we also talk about the other problem is solving death? That seems like that would also be a big hurdle.
A groundbreaking study has now taken a significant step toward overcoming this hurdle, successfully restoring functional activity in frozen brain tissue.
Oh, about that.
An accomplishment that brings certain futuristic possibilities into sharper focus.
Talk to me.
The primary obstacle to cryopreserving brains has been the formation of ice crystals. As water freezes within the delicate cellular makeup, these crystals expand, which puncture membranes, disrupting the intricate network of neurons and ultimately destroying the connections that underlie thought, memory, and consciousness.
Can't have that. I mean, who doesn't know that? I mean, come on.
This destruction leaves thawed tissue incapable of any meaningful function. However, a team of neurologists at the University of Erlangen-Nuremberg in Germany circumvented this problem by turning to a technique known as vitrification.
The Krauts are on it again.
This process cools tissue so rapidly that it prevents ice from forming altogether, and instead of crystallizing, the liquids inside and around the cells transform into a glass-like state, preserving the tissue structure with all molecular motion effectively halted.
It's like getting ice cream without the freezer burn. Because I think we've all been there before. You open up that ice cream, you got those ice crystals around it, that's no-go. All right.
Dude.
That's pretty kick-ass. Now, the problem is that if you die of, like, stage 4 cancer and they can, all this means is that your brain isn't destroyed in the freezer, but you still have to solve stage 4 cancer and death. You still have to find a way to bring it back.
Could you stop dumping on science marvels?
No, this is awesome.
Just one step at a time.
One small step for freezing brains.
The team applied this method to thin slices of mouse hippocampus. You probably didn't have that on the bingo card today, did you?
No, I did not.
Mouse hippocampus?
No.
We're going to talk about mouse hippocampus today.
A lot of people bringing up this is going to be the start of the zombie apocalypse. Let's go.
It's possible.
Starts in a lab. Just, coming at you.
That is a region critical for learning and memory. They cooled them to minus 196 degrees Celsius, which is about minus 321 degrees Fahrenheit. With liquid nitrogen, the samples were then stored in this glass-like state for periods ranging from 10 minutes to a week. The true test came when they rewarmed the brains, or the hippocampuses, hippocampusi.
Ah, yes.
The researchers meticulously thawed the brain slices, then probed them to see if any indication of life remained. Microscopic analysis revealed that the delicate neuronal and synaptic membranes had survived the process intact.
Really?
Further tests showed that the...
All right, I'll admit, that's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Further tests showed that the mitochondria, the tiny energy sources within the cells responsible for metabolism, were functioning without signs of damage. Dude, I'm sorry. This is awesome.
So I gotta wonder, like, I'm so dumb, but so is this like when you die, your brain stays alive for like 7 to 10 minutes, and then once your brain dead, like you're cooked. So does this mean you have to get there before the brain dies, or when the brain dies, you're just preventing any further damage? That's the only part of this I don't fully understand. Because it's like, well, at some point, if it dies, can we not, are you cooked unless you get it frozen early? Or once you die and everything shuts down, does that start the process and you have to get to it soon? Because it's like, now I know, like when people have spinal injuries or when people have heart attacks, like a lot of times they cool the body. You're trying to get everything down. So is this one of those like when you die, you got to get the brain on ice like immediately?
What if I told you that this technology means that we want you to freeze your pea brain?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, I have to die.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, you don't die. You don't die.
I don't want to die.
To your question.
Yeah.
I'm offering you.
Yeah.
Right now we will freeze your brain, and so you're not dead. You're just frozen. So
frozen.
Down the road, Big Souk could be hosting a radio show in I don't know, some other planet.
But everyone I know is dead. The kids are when I wake up, it's like a whole Buck Rogers thing.
Here's what I'm offering you.
Yeah.
I'm offering you. I'm trying to think of the amount. So we got BTJ and we got your 3 kids.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bummer.
I'm offering you $5 million each for each of them. So that's $20 million.
$20 million.
You keep the $20 million, but I take 5 for each one of them that wants to join you.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you guys all do it, you get nothing, but you're all together. Or the kids can get $20 million and you can do it, and BTJ and the kids live happily ever after until they die, and then you come back.
There's part of me that says...
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. There's
anybody following us? I feel like Steven's like...
I don't know.
Basically, my kids...
I'm going to say no.
Everyone in my family...
I'm offering him money to freeze his brain right now.
You're basically saying everyone in my family gets to be rich and never have to worry about money.
Yes, while you stay frozen.
And then I get to wake up in the future, everyone's dead.
But do you get money?
Not necessarily. What?
Does Sue get money when he wakes up?
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah, I might have to take that deal. Let's go.
So if he
in the future, and now I'm like unchecked. I just have a pile of money and space whores.
So you guys,
and let's go.
You guys are all frozen. You wake up and you realize you're all frozen together.
Nah.
There's the BTJ. There's your kids and $20 million.
Here's what
I don't know what year that is.
Here's what we're doing, kids. This is my gift to you. We throw one big party. Dad goes away. You guys live happily ever after with a bunch of money. And then Dad wakes up somewhere in the future with space horse. Let's go.
The drugs on different planets have to be good, too.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I wake up like 100 years. I wake up 100 years from now. We're in an enlightened state.
Okay.
I got a bunch of cash.
Here's the next hypo.
I'm like I'm like all of a sudden like I'm on all the talk shows because I'm the man from the past. Let's go.
If they determine that you can't die, you have to freeze before you die.
Yeah.
At what age would you say, okay, take my brain?
Take the brain. Yeah, because you run the risk, right?
You do, exactly.
You run the risk of like you're driving in a car. Probably I'm driving. I do something I shouldn't be doing. We get T-boned, and now we're done. That's a tough go. I would say like 70.
Wow.
I really like.
That's pretty young.
I like life.
Well,
but
not really. 70.
Well,
dude, that's like 20 years.
But I'm frozen, and then I get to get awoken.
That is true.
I'm guaranteed to get woke up at some point.
Yeah.
I'll take 70.
I don't know if you're guaranteed. You don't know.
Oh. Well, then.
It looks promising.
How much longer am
Except
I
for Ted's head. Ted's head's got ice crystals, and I think he's toast.
Someone took his head.
Burn.
Someone took Ted Williams' head out and was playing with it and put it on a tuna can to like prop it up. Yes, they were
playing with
They
it.
were. Really? They just happened to put his head on a tuna can?
They're not playing with it. Aren't they studying it and stuff?
No, they were
just rolling it around.
They were playing with it.
Tiddlywinks.
You tell me at what point scientific is like, let's see if Ted's head can fit on this tuna can. Some dip-ass was in there and probably was trying to get laid and told this gal, hey, you want to see a frozen head? Ted Williams' head. And then she probably had asked, who's Ted Williams? And he was like, the greatest baseball players of all time. Next thing you know, he's taking the head out. You know that wasn't scientific.
What if when you wake up, your family's there and you have $20 million, but all that buys you is a couple breakfasts?
Yeah, it's all expensive.
Inflation.
It's all expensive at that point. I wake up with millions, and it turns out that just it means nothing.
You're poor. You're one of the poors.
One of the poors. I can't even afford space horse at that point.
Money is irrelevant at this point.
How pissed, right? Yeah, universal basic income. Like, oh man, this sucks.
They also found that not only were individual neurons alive, but some of the complex functional circuitry underlying cognition was also intact.
Yeah.
So you could learn and memorize things
while being frozen?
Once you're unfrozen.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Amazing.
Although someone does bring up the fact that It is the Germans conducting human experiments, and that has never really been a good thing for us.
9.
Just saying. Society, usually we frown upon that sort of thing, but the Germans making up for it now. Go Germans. So now, yeah, there are a lot of plots to Idiocracy, Futurama, and all this. Buck Rogers. I mean, this has been one of the...
Well, yeah.
This is a tried and true formula.
Exactly.
What would happen if you were frozen and you were woken up 100, 500, 1,000 years? It's
one of the great questions of our time.
Yes. I mean, the question is, just in general, if you had an opportunity to travel into the future and you had to leave a bunch of stuff behind, but you get to kick ahead 1,000 years, I kind of think you got to do it.
So...
I know no one wants to hear that because you're leaving family behind and everything you know. But
so right now, I'll give you a portal to 1,000 years in the future. You're taking it?
It's really hard.
You're never coming back.
It's really hard to say no. It would be. I mean, I don't know.
You're never coming back.
I would want to say yes. I don't know if I would have the balls to do it, but I would want to say yes. Because it's like your kids and the missus and, Red Wings and BYU's in the tournament. I got a lot of stuff going on right now.
That's right. You got to fill out a bracket. You can't leave that.
But the idea of waking up and being think about what this is what they say all the time,
it might
right?
be terrible.
I don't, well, I mean, in theory.
What if you get there and we're all dead?
There's no NCAA tournament.
Yeah. They canceled it after everyone died.
Man.
Called it off.
I can't watch Grand Canyon, Nevada. I don't want to live.
What if it looks like the old dinosaur age? There's just a bunch of dinosaurs, and you're like, what the hell happened?
Oh, yeah.
It's you and Wally.
Next thing you know, I'm looking what the world was 1,000 years ago. Because
not that long ago.
No, that 1,000 years is not. So 1025 AD, right? But think about that. Think about where we went from 1025 AD to where we're at now.
What are we doing in 1025 AD?
I'm looking here. We got a Danish king who ruled the Northern Sea Empire.
Were we jousting? Were ladies feeding us grapes?
I don't think that
in
was
our loincloths.
I don't think that was the case. Basically, we had started agriculture and farming. Right, that was the backbone of society.
Okay, planting some
small village, scattered settlements, relying on close-knit communities for support. But you
Sounds
had
pretty lame.
No modern medicine, and so think about what was 1025 versus now, and society is moving at a quicker pace now than it ever was before. So kick us ahead 1,000 years.
I know, but aren't you the one always? Well, I do want to see it, but aren't you the one always telling us AI is going to ruin everything? That's what that's going to look like.
Space Force.
I mean, we're in the time of the Vikings 1,000 years ago, and now
we're in AI time now. Buckle up, dude. Be careful what you wish for. We silenced him.
I'm just trying to I can't even comprehend from Vikings to now. That's what Viking times to now is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years.
You're not much different than a Viking. Look at you. See,
Minnesota Vikings just got Kyler Murray. Come on,
1,000 years in the future. I think you got to do that.
We haven't evolved that much.
I think we have. Just a scooch.
All right, I've got Colin Cowherd news, and you're going to love it.
Cow turd. What's that lady that called him? It's one of the great bits of all time.
Roll Tide.
Cow turd, roll tide.
Here's Steven with Sports Center.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, speaking of Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings have officially signed quarterback Kyler Murray to a one-year deal. According to Murray's agent, the contract has a no-trade clause, and Murray has already owed $36.8 million from the Cardinals. So this Vikings deal will be the veteran league minimum, and then making it so Murray can go back on the free agent market in 2027. Other free agency moves in the NFL, running back Rachaad White, he has agreed to a deal with the Commanders. He rushed for 572 yards last year for Tampa Bay, splitting time down in Tampa. Raiders, they are currently telling teams that defensive end Max Crosby will not be traded in the aftermath of the failed effort to trade him to the Ravens for a pair of first-round picks. Seahawks, they're trying to fill in Kenneth Walker III a little bit by signing running back Emmanuel Wilson from the Packers, one-year deal worth $2.1 million. Wilson ran for just under 500 yards a season ago. Miami of Ohio in college basketball suffered their first loss of the season in the quarterfinals today, losing to UMass 87-83. They are the fifth men's Division I team this century to go undefeated during the regular season, but with the one loss, according to Joe Lunardi, they are strictly on the bubble right now. We will find out their fate on Selection Sunday if it's the first four in or out of the NCAA tournament. And now the Team USA has advanced to the quarterfinals of the WBC. They have made a roster move. They are taking Clayton Kershaw off the roster and adding twin starting pitchers Joe Ryan. USA takes on Canada tomorrow from Houston, 5 p.m. first pitch, Logan Webb versus Mike Soroka. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
dinosaurs and kind of why each period kind of ended. And talks about like Pangea and the Earth splitting apart, and sulfur got a big, sulfur plays a big role in all this.
Big sulfur.
Big sulfur. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I if you're looking for something, I think each episode's like 45 minutes. There's 4 of them. It's worth a. I watched 3 in a row, and then we had to hit pause.
What if there were a Suchosaurus?
There's definitely some dinosaurs I had never heard of before.
Like the Rapasaurus?
I think if you found one, you could probably get to name it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You could do a lot worse than a Suchosaurus, but a Rapasaurus? Yeah. I'd get on board with that. The Vonosaurus. Also, the feathered dinosaurs, way scarier than the regular dinosaurs.
Take your word for it.
Yeah. They came about because the Earth was cold, and so the feathers gave them the advantage over the reptiles.
Go Ducks.
Do you think they would like the Colin Cowherd chatbot?
I can't believe that someone's going to pay for that, because I'm sure it's a pay service.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have Fox Sports app.
Someone is going to pay.
So I was going to go check it out.
To argue with a AI version of that blows my mind.
Those guys are total losers.
Man. I struggle to process that. But that's just my old madness. I don't understand a lot of things.
Boy, don't we know it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's free.
Okay.
Okay, it says it's free to download, but access typically requires a pay subscription for a subscription to the new Fox One streaming service. Oh, they're going to make you...
yeah, you got to stream.
It's a feature, but you got to be on the Fox Sports streaming bullshit.
But I just... What is like... In what...
Oh, I don't...
In what way is that...
Well, some people like Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, I understand. But is that a fun...
But you're not talking to Colin Cowherd. You're talking to AI.
Well, suspend... Come on, it's whimsy. Don't you always say throw a little whimsy into your life?
That is true. But if you told me, like, Social Distortion, I'm wearing a Social Distortion t-shirt today, made me think of that. They got a new album coming out. So if you told me, Mike Ness, one of my rock and roll heroes, love me Mike Ness, I would love to sit down and talk to Mike Ness. But if you told me that I could go on the Social Distortion website and I can have a conversation, but it's AI Mike Ness, is that cool? I mean,
I think that's better than nothing.
Is it?
Maybe.
I'd feel like
it's based on him. You know, I mean, it is his.
It's him.
You know.
So I feel like he's actually giving me the answers to the questions. Like, hey, what was it like being like starting the California punk? Like you were there at the beginning of the California punk thing. And then he like responds, and I'm like, "That's really Mike Ness." Like
Yeah, that's how I was, Jason.
Thank you. And then I'm like, oh, man, I just got to talk to Mike. No, I didn't. I don't know how I could suspend disbelief. But people are doing that now. Like women are getting in online relationships with disembodied voices, and men are obviously doing much worse things than that to AI bots. So if you can do that, I mean...
Well... Our brains adapt to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
And that would be the thing. What if you kicked ahead 1,000 years and that's all it is?
Exactly.
You're just living in a simulation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, we got a break. Smoke more weed.
Gout
Come back and we'll wrap it up
Roll
next
Tide
on the fan. make sure you listen to his radio program and our show, probably back tomorrow. I don't know.
We would think. Unless we're frozen and then...
Yeah. Tomorrow, we have a classic, perhaps a classic BYU-Kansas matchup tomorrow.
We do.
Oh, yeah, you guys lost. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was just kidding. BYU lost.
There will be no... Maybe in the tournament.
Hey, we might pitch a shutout tonight. 7-0. We're beating TCU.
The mighty Horned Frogs?
Has that ever happened?
A shutout?
College basketball shutout?
No. I did see that Iowa State beat Arizona State in the Big 12 tournament.
Ducks only scored 12 in the first half.
And, yeah, that is true. 2 field goals. So it was close. Oh, there was some free throws in there. Iowa State, had they scored 0 points in the second half, still would have won.
What?
Iowa State beat Arizona State by 49. And had Iowa State not scored a single point in the second half,
wow,
they still would have won. And by the way, won by 7.
That's amazing.
They scored 49 points in the first half, and Arizona scored 42 all game.
Super cool.
So, I don't know if that's ever been done before in a conference tournament game, but it happened.
I think this club tonight that we did,
yeah.
If you were high,
you probably had a great time.
You loved it.
Yeah.
Brain freezing.
Smoke them if you got them.
All right, so Nemec is next. Our show returns tomorrow, 3 to 7 on the Fan. Good night.
Friendships of